middle of the day with no announcement whatsoever, right? Of course, I want you guys to do everything that you normally do. Let us know how the audio sounds. We've got some different microphones we're using. We don't normally use these unless we're traveling, that we're out and about. Um, Looks like that we're a little high on the camera, but I guess that'll do. So we'll wait until we get some people on here. We got some stuff we want to cover. I'll be going in and out of the RV, I'm sure, because I got things that I want to talk about. Let's see if we can get you up towards the sky a little bit better. Oh, I see one person's on here, and that's Heidi. So, what day is it, anyways? Monday? Is today Monday?
Yeah,
Oh my God! So we got 7 people
Monday
on there.
at lunchtime.
Yeah. Let us
Well,
know how the sound is. Um, I'll scratch my microphone first. So this is mine. And why are you touching yours? Get your hands off yours. This is mine. I'm scratching my microphone. Make sure that's okay. And then now Heidi, make sure make sure her microphone's okay. We're at Vero Beach. This is where we've been for quite a few months now, since November. I got to go in and grab a notepad.
Steve says it sounds good, and we are at we're still on our same location, Vero Beach. We're outside. It's a
Well, I'm
sunny.
inside right now. She don't know
Let's
that.
see
I'm
here.
talking to you guys.
It's hot.
Okay, now it's
It's
back.
83. The high today is 84.
So it's pretty much
Hi,
it. Then.
Dave. We're just trying to get set up here.
Again, this is all impromptu, so
Yeah.
I won't be able to read necessarily
Mark.
what Heidi's got going on there.
Yeah, I'll be squinting my eyes.
Wait a minute, I can change
Hi,
that.
Joey.
Switch seats. This will put you in the shade
Oh,
more,
okay.
and I can lean over and look at the computer more.
Yeah, we're always on this side anyway. I still can't see it, but that's okay.
So, we in frame? Looks like it.
Yeah. My vision's not that good, so. Hi, Kim. I got everybody so far.
Well, I think what we're doing is we're posting this video because we didn't really want to sit down and have me edit a video and all that. We were going to do it inside, but both air conditioners are running on and off. And we have a load of wash going right now. Well,
That's
actually,
just drying.
it's drying now,
Yeah,
but
so.
we did have a load of wash. So I thought, you know what, we should go outside. Now, I'll tell you
God.
that we were going to, or I was going to suggest to Heidi that we hop on our bikes and we go down to Young's Park. We've been there before. We haven't done any live there, but we were thinking about it. However, we have thunderstorms possible. You know, this is the type of weather that you have the potential for pop-up stuff.
I messed the screen up.
Go figure that out. I'm shocked.
I fixed it.
I'm told now that I am shocked, to tell you the truth.
Hi, Debbie.
It's simple. You use your mouse and you just scroll. You make sure the cursor's right here. And you scroll down.
Hi, Merle.
Hey Merle, how you doing? Did you go back up north where it's cold again? I know that you were kind of getting close to Florida at one point, but we want to touch on some topics though that I started putting the list together and I said, oh, this is going to be a video, obviously, a full video. And then I said, well, maybe we should just do a live. We'll talk about it live. We'll get some people's comments and reactions. This isn't going to be the same kind of magnitude of live chat, I don't think, that we normally have. I don't know how many people we normally have 170 to over 200 people on our live chat. So I don't expect to see that during the middle of the day, but you never know. Again, the microphones, these are our traveling microphones. We're going to try to start utilizing these, I think, a little bit more, but if the volume needs to be up or down, just let me know and I'll try to adjust it as best as possible. So this whole title of this live chat is pretty much being not informed.
Oops.
There's no reason, there's absolutely no reason with as much information that's available on YouTube that you're not informed. And this isn't going to go to most of our viewers. This is basically to people that are going to stumble onto this live chat maybe, and it's going to be titled Not Informed. I may do separate videos on this at some point in the future. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you that being a YouTuber, we watch a lot of YouTube, and it's because we get all our information from YouTube on stuff that we are researching. For whatever reason, because it's instant gratification, it's instant answers, whatever, people have a tendency to just ask questions without doing any research themselves, without looking into it at all. They would rather just throw a question out there, and it's a big vague question. For example, they would, if there was a car detailing channel, for example, and the guy is showing how to detail vehicles in great depth, you know, how to do clay bar, how to do all this special stuff. You would get this guy that would click on their comment section and say, "What kind of soap do you use?" And you know that he's already covered that. You know it. And, you know, especially if the guys like us, we just checked, we've got over 750 videos that we've posted. A lot of this information we've covered, but I think this is some of the stuff that we should definitely talk about again. So this is about being not informed and things that you need to be aware of because you're not informed.
Hi, William. He's in the Florida Keys.
Ooh, nice. We'll talk about the Florida Keys here, matter of fact. Your new RVs, buying a new RV. If you can see here off to the left, just part of our slide, this is our 2022 Rockwood Ultralight. It's a 2899 KS. It's a fifth wheel. It's 36 feet and 6 inches. When you fully load it up, this will come into play later. There'll be a test on this later. When you fully load it up, it can weigh up to 12,100, I think it is.
Yes.
Hopefully we're not to that, but we could be, and
it's possible.
And that's something else we'll talk about also. Your new RV that you pay a lot of money for, you know, let's say you have an old RV and you've been doing some repairs on it, and it's got some bumps and bruises and it does the job, but you're wanting that new RV. There's nothing wrong with that. And we suggest going with Rockwood as we're Rockwood brand ambassadors, but that's not what we're going at here. There's nothing wrong with wanting a new RV. I'll tell you what the problem is if you're getting that new RV thinking that if I get a new RV, nothing's going to break down, nothing's going to happen. It's still a product. It's still put together by human hands. It's not a stone that you can just look at and enjoy sitting on the stone, and the stone's there forever for, you know, millennia. It is something that you are going to have some sort of issue with. And the not informed people are all over YouTube and comments and Facebook and Instagram, not just ours, I'm talking any of them, just ranting and raving how their brand new, whatever it is, insert unit here. Oh, that sounds kinky. Insert unit here. But they're talking about their brand new whatever, travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome. It doesn't make a difference. Breaking down and how it's a big piece of junk. It's horrible that that's still a thing. And I guess it's because their only experience with that breeze feels wonderful, by the way. Their only experience with that is their vehicle. And if you do buy a new vehicle, most of the time the vehicle does a pretty good job of not breaking down. You can hop in it and potentially just drive wherever you want to go immediately. Now, with that said, a lot of the RVs you can do the same thing, but it's the non-informed ones that are just ranting and raving about how whatever they have is a major piece of junk. And it's all because of brand X, whatever brand they have. That's the biggest piece of junk in the world because they have so many problems. I'm not going to say there's not lemons out there, and some of them just don't function the way they should. and they, what I'm saying is, like, you get it and you push a button for, let's say, a slide, and this is, I've never seen this happen. It'd be funny though, and the slide just goes out and falls off. It goes out and it doesn't stop. It just falls out of the unit. Now that would be something,
Not funny, but
right. And if you was driving down the road and and the hitch broke off,
Ugh.
or if one of your tires and wheels came off or something, which you should check that stuff anyways.
Well, the funny thing is whenever I was working at Advance, people, mostly girls, would come in and say how their car's a big piece of crap and all this, and they needed brake pads.
Yeah.
Or a battery.
Yeah. So,
something that wears out.
consumables.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It always cracked me up.
So we're wanting to just tell everyone that may stumble on this, that's not informed, just because we're in a new RV doesn't mean we don't have repairs we have already made on this. We've made repairs and additions and changes, and not all of them on camera. The reason is because I don't want to perpetuate the idea that all this stuff is junk, because a repair that I do might be something that somebody else goes, oh my God, I don't know what I would do if X broke down inside my RV. So just be aware that stuff happens, and be vigilant. Go over your RV. When you're staying in it, when stuff is running, get down in it. Open stuff. Take screws off of panels and look behind them. Stuff like that. You'd be surprised, and it helps you out. It definitely helps you out. Okay, so new RVs. So now you're thinking, just get a used RV, and I can't afford a new one anyways, which, hey, that's fine. I understand that entirely. But that goes into the next, not being informed, and there's a whole slew of people that are not informed that you can't just go out and buy a cheap $4,000 motorhome because it was a great deal and it only has 50,000 miles on it. Listen, especially older motorhomes, 50,000 miles, you might as well just double that number. So if you have an old motorhome, it's got a 454, even the old V10s, and a 460 or whatever, or an old diesel engine, if it says 50,000 miles, just double that, because you've got to realize that that engine has been pushed harder and has sat longer than a car engine would be. If you're just driving around in a car, 50,000 miles is nothing, because for the most part, that car isn't being worked real hard. But you could have a 50,000 mile work truck that you're loading up and towing and using it to the max. Yeah, that 50,000 miles now, that's hard miles. Well, that's the way it is with a motorhome or an older travel trailer. Whatever the mileage is, whatever the year is, it could be rough. Just because somebody let it sit somewhere for a long time, that could be even worse. Hey, it's been sitting in the same campground for the last 10 years. Well, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of inspection that needs to be done on the underside, and all the bearings and everything need to be redone. Of course, new tires. But the thing is whenever people go out and buy those used, cheap, inexpensive RVs because they want to do this lifestyle, and we're all on here saying, just go do this lifestyle while you're young and enjoy it and all that stuff, we also want to say you've got to be a little cautious. And I hate the people that go out and buy something and then they cry about it because they're not informed. They cry, oh my God, I can't believe this 1989 Fleetwood that I bought that only had 46,000 miles on it. I took it to the mechanic. He checked it out and he said it sounded really good. And I got in it, and I live in Colorado, and I got to Iowa and the thing overheated and broke down, and now I'm being told that I need new head gaskets, I need tires, whatever. Listen, that's being not informed. The older it is, the more preparation you need to put into it. The more stuff you have to look at. Again, the new stuff, I think you can take and just take off with it and address the stuff that breaks as it happens. But with the older stuff, you need to spend a lot of time looking at it. Unless it's a unit that's being used on a daily basis and they're traveling in the same manner that you plan on traveling, and living in it in the same manner you plan on living in it, that's the only way that would work. So If you have a friend, for example, and you want to be a van dweller, and your friend has a van, and he's been doing it for the last year, and he says, "Hey, listen, I'm ready to get into a new RV. How would you like to buy my van?" And you want to do exactly what he's doing or had been doing, that's a whole different story. But for the most part, if you're buying something, please be informed that you need to work on it if it's used. Just don't jump into it and think you're going to drive cross country with no issues. And you better be ready when it breaks down. I'm going to put out being not informed, this one being not prepared. You're not informed apparently that you need to be prepared, because we've had people in the YouTube RV community, and don't get me wrong, I don't wish bad luck against anyone, and I don't, no ill wishes. I hope everybody has, good trips, pleasant trips, the whole thing. But if I see one more, we're going on our big trip cross country, we're broke down,
We need money.
we need money, GoFundMe, click, please GoFundMe, I need to get somewhere. That's sad. These are people that have been RVing too. They ain't like they just brand new. These are people that have been RVing for a while or have lived in RVs for a while. And what happened? How could you have left either not knowing your vehicle can't make it? Of course, being not informed does that. Or not having some kind of emergency fund to help yourself out there. Or at least an emergency plan. That's why there's all these, Good Sam. Do you realize that we have a credit card that has free roadside assistance?
Or insurance stuff.
We have insurance that has free roadside assistance. We have Good Sam's that has roadside assistance. And we have AAA Platinum, which has roadside assistance. I think we're going to be covered if we break down. Some of that's redundant, but it's also for a reason. For example, let me tell you this, just as a side note on this whole thing, a little tangent. Do you realize that if you are a Good Sam's member, that they will tow you any kind of mileage that they need to tow you to get you to the location that is a repair location, the closest repair location to get you fixed? Now, that's great. I think it's spectacular. That's why we have it. However, I more importantly like AAA Platinum, because if I break down, I can have it towed back to my house, back to the campground, to a garage that I want to, whatever, safely off the road. If it's something that I can fix, I can tell them where to tow it to. You can't do that with Good Sam's. Good Sam's, they tow it to the closest repair center. AAA, you can have them tow it to where you want them to tow it to, as long as it's reasonable. They want to go to the closest repair center also, but you can say, hey, listen, I just need to get it back to the campground. Now, here's the thing with AAA. If you have it towed to the campground, technically they won't then take it if you can't fix it and bring it to a repair shop. There's some leniency there. They don't advertise it. I just know in the past we've done something like that with a transmission shop, with a car, and it worked out. But just be prepared, and you have to be informed, and that's what we're doing, informing you. You need to be prepared. Quit doing GoFundMe. It's getting old. Be informed. Talking about breakdowns, mismatched vehicles.
Oh.
If I see one more, I can tow that trailer because it's half-ton towable with my half-ton. Listen, this is supposed to be a half-ton towable fifth wheel. It technically could be a half-ton towable fifth wheel. Nothing against Rockwood. They're not really marketing it that way, but they're letting you know that the weight limits could potentially be in that range. Especially if you're full timing. Nope. 3/4 ton for sure. Absolutely. Can you do a half ton? Yeah, you can do a half ton, but you better only be towing it from point A to point B. And who wants to outfit their half ton pickup truck with a fifth wheel hitch to only tow it just down the street? To pay somebody, hire somebody, get a friend, something, have them tow it to where you need to. Don't try to tow it with your half ton, especially if you've got a Tundra. Nothing against you Toyota guys. But if I see one more commercial about the new Toyota Tundra can tow 12,000 pounds, please, please. 12,000 pounds, I hope it's a little low slung box or a car hauler that's got a little tiny heavy car on it or something. I don't want to see anything long. I don't want to see anything that's tall. I don't want to see anything that's even close to that 12,000 pounds being towed by the Toyota Tundra. Yeah, I mean, the F-150s are bad enough, but the fact that Tundra is competing with the half-ton trucks, you know, Chevy, Dodge, Ford half-ton trucks, and they're trying to push, you know, hey, we can do that too. I'm just telling you, just don't do it. I would have never towed our 30-footer with a half-ton truck unless we were only staying local and just camping and stuff. I just wouldn't have done it, our 30-foot travel trailer. But this fifth wheel,
I don't know, even with our 95,
oh, I'd never do that.
when we were
Oh, yeah, with that
first
little,
towing the Terry,
yeah.
maybe he wasn't, but I was like white knuckling it, even though I wasn't driving, because he gets concerned, and you could tell that, you know, maybe we shouldn't be pulling it.
Yeah, Heidi takes comfort in me not showing concern. And whenever I start getting quiet and she does, and I'm not bantering or commenting on stupid stuff.
Then he won't answer my questions.
And then she's asking me questions and I'm concentrating on something. She knows at that point that maybe she needs to be concerned because I'm concerned. And that half-ton truck, some of the stuff that it did, towing a trailer that was well within its range. And that 95 half-ton that we had, I don't know if you guys remember it, but that was way back when we first started. I had put helper springs on it. I had new shocks all the way around. I had new coil springs on the front. I had not only new coil springs on the front, but I had 351 Windsor coil springs on the front instead of 302 six-cylinder coil springs. I also had a 3-core radiator instead of a 2-core radiator. I had a severe duty fan. I had aftermarket wires, plugs, and aftermarket digital capacity, MSD, high capacity, aftermarket ignition, standalone ignition. I ran a cooler thermostat. I put a block in the EGR. I get rid of all of our emissions equipment, including the smog pump. I had aftermarket long tube headers. I had custom dual exhaust that had, again, no converters, and it was bigger pipe. It was 2.5-inch pipe instead of 2 1/4. I had higher load rated tires on there and something else. But anyways, with all that, even the truck wasn't feeling very comfortable towing a trailer that it was rated for. It just didn't feel good. It didn't feel right.
It was getting tired.
Yeah, it was getting tired too. But the engine had,
yeah.
and that's something that everybody argues. Oh, I got plenty of power to tow that. I can tow that, and if I hear, oh, it's like I don't even know it's there, well, then you need to either quit drinking when you're towing because you're so numb you can't tell you got something behind you, or you need to be more in touch with the vehicle that you're driving, because I've never hooked up a trailer to anything and said, oh my God, I can't even tell it's back there, except whenever we had our 97 F-250 airplane going over. When we had our 97 F-250 and we were towing a pop-up camper. I towed my brother's, which became ours, pop-up camper. That was the only time that I was like, wow, this thing is really light back there and I don't really feel it. So, mix-matched or mismatched vehicles. Please buy the vehicle that is overkill for your trailer if you're going to be full-timing and traveling a lot. There is a certain range that you can get close to that I still think it's safe, but whenever you're seeing these guys, if I see one more picture of a trailer and truck and the truck's pulling a wheelie and the trailer's doing this, so this is the nose of the trailer and this is the tailgate of the truck right here, and they go, man, I'm just going out for my first camping trip with my new trailer and it's so awesome, and they don't realize that because they're misinformed, they're not informed, that stuff should be leveled. A little squat's okay, but here's the key to that. We've talked about this plenty. you shouldn't be worried about how much the rear end is squatting. You need to be concerned about how much the front end is extending. You need to know how much weight is coming off your front tires and your front axle. So some squat is okay, and actually preferred. You know, you get a pretty decent ride. The truck's in control. Most of the weight is on the truck, but you can't take it where it's off the front. And a lot of trailers are doing that. A lot of people that are entry people, they don't get into fifth wheels necessarily, and they're mismatched vehicles. I think that you need to be aware that we've,
Sorry, I'm texting. My family is in Fort Pierce,
which is just south of here by about,
so we're doing a live chat, and my sister says, "Hey, sister, I thought you were coming over."
today. No, I wasn't coming over today. Not that I was aware of. So, anyways, the uh, the whole idea behind the truck that we have is that it was overkill for our travel trailer. Our travel trailer could have been towed by our 3/4 ton. If you guys remember, we had a 2019 F-250. We loved it. There was nothing wrong with it. We just wanted to get into a bigger gas tank, and then this new engine came out, and I personally wanted to kind of try it out, which I'm so glad I did. And that big gas tank's awesome, except when we're filling up, of course. 48 gallons, I mean, that's a pretty big number at the pump. So the other idea was, and I mentioned it when we bought the truck, there's potential that maybe we might go to a fifth wheel in the future. Well, guess what? We did, and we already had the truck for it. So be informed on what you're planning on doing and what your truck can do. If anything, a lot of people want to go bigger once they've hit the road. There's exceptions to that. We actually have some viewers, there's exceptions to that. But I think that the idea behind getting into a bigger vehicle is having too much stuff. People that are not informed think that they need to figure out a way to make their 2,000 square foot home that they lived in, now that they're in an RV, they need an RV that makes them feel like they're still in that house, and that's not happening. There is no comparison. There is no fifth wheel that's going to make you feel like you're in your 2,000 square foot home, your 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, your 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, your 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. It doesn't make a difference. They all have bigger living rooms, they have bigger kitchens, they have bigger bathrooms, they have bigger bedrooms. There's some fifth wheels you can buy that are just crazy big, or coaches, motorhomes, Class A's, that are big, and they are very, very big feeling inside. But the idea is, and I've said this before, and please be informed. Again, this is going to be a repeating thing for this whole video. Please be informed. You should be buying whatever the smallest thing is you feel comfortable with, that you feel comfortable in. You can always upgrade later if not. However, again, that's us getting into a bigger truck because we had a RV that we thought would be okay, which it worked great, but now we're doing something a little bit different. We had the truck for it already, but we started off with smaller. I mean, for God's sake, we started off with a pop-up camper. We didn't full-time in a pop-up camper, but we did have some longer stays, and we knew that wasn't for us. And we got a travel trailer. And if you guys watch some of our earliest videos, I remember HEIDI saying, yeah, I don't think we're going to be living in this travel trailer. It's probably good for a few weeks, but that's it. And that's pretty much what got us into our last Rockwood travel trailer. So enough on that, but I do want to talk about our truck.
This is like his rant.
It's just being informed.
Right.
There's so many people that just aren't informed. Am I the one telling you how it is? No. Am I telling you what we're experiencing? Yes. So you take it for what it's worth. Somebody had asked this, for example, getting on the vehicle real quick last time. I don't think your truck going to be able to handle the fifth wheel. First of all, we towed it here. I mean, it was a 2-hour drive, and we towed it here just fine.
2.5 hours, I think.
I think everybody said something about a gas engine. We always got that argument going on. It doesn't make a difference what engine it is. I could have my old 1994 F-150's 300 straight six gas engine that only had 190 pound-feet of torque. If that truck had the suspension to handle a fifth wheel, it can tow the fifth wheel. It's never a thing with the engine. The engine's never a concern for everybody. As long as you are towing what you are allowed to tow, the numbers match, an engine is the least of your worries. Sure, you might accelerate a little slower, or you might have to go up a hill a little slower, or a mountain a little bit slower, which I've never experienced. I mean, the slowest mountain we went at with the old travel trailer at 7,800 pounds, and the truck was loaded up. We were 19,000 pounds combined, truck and trailer. And the slowest we went up any mountain out west was 45 miles an hour, and it's because I didn't realize we were coming to a mountain. I just realized we come around the corner, we were starting up a hill, and I'm like, oh, this hill ain't stopping. So I had to, change some gears, do some stuff, and 45 was it. For the most part, we fly up everywhere we wanted to go. So now we have a heavier RV. Will that be different? Yeah, it's going to be different, but I don't expect that to be any issue whatsoever. Actually, it's probably a good idea that I drive a little slower, because this gas engine was just waylaying everything on the road, pulling and only having 19,000 pounds gross combined weight, trailer and all the stuff in the truck, including the weight of the truck. I could fly. I could really fly, and it's probably not a good idea that I was, but I felt very comfortable, very in control, very safe with it. And that's probably the first sign of a problem whenever you think you are in control of something that heavy. But we had no issues. We didn't have, for 20 some thousand miles, we never had an issue. So maybe I was in control at that point. But with this one, somebody had said, with that gas engine, you might have a problem. No, I don't think we will have a problem. The reason is because we weighed the truck the other day. It weighed 8,560 pounds with all the stuff that we have in it currently with us, HEIDI, us as passengers. And that was with half a tank of gas. So it weighed 8,560 pounds. The trailer, the most it's allowed to weigh when it's fully loaded is 12,000, I think 100 pounds. So we'll just use 12,000 pounds for the thing. So 8,560, 12,000 pounds, we're at 20,560 pounds. So 20,560, or if we added the 100 pounds, we're at 20,660. That's what the truck and this RV fully loaded, as high as the axles can handle, that's what we would weigh to combat together. I could still put a 3,300 pound trailer on top of the bed on the roof of my truck if I could get it up there, and I'm still okay. The truck still has 3,300 pounds available for carrying, or whatever you want to say. The truck with a fifth wheel, it's rated to pull 16,000 pounds, a 16,000 pound fifth wheel. Like I said, this thing fully loaded with everything we possibly can get into it can weigh 12,100 pounds. So you could see the difference there. The reason that I don't have that 5,000 pound gap is because I have probably 2,000 pounds worth of crap inside this truck with HEIDI and I in there also. So I don't think it's quite that much, but it's in the high thousands, that's for sure, with all, the fifth wheel hitch and everything else. So yeah, the truck will handle it just fine. Absolutely. And so whenever you're watching our video, whoever you guys are that are diesel fans and like, oh God, yeah, you're going to hear a different sound coming from our engine. You're going to hear what they call RPMs. I don't know if you ever noticed. You're going to hear RPMs coming from the truck. And that's because that's how a gas engine gets its torque and horsepower. It has a longer range in which it operates in. It operates from 800 RPMs all the way up to 7,000 RPMs. Where the diesel has a little tiny window that it operates. It starts at probably 400 RPMs if you really pushed it, all the way up to maybe, we'll say 5,000. Well, that's 2,000 RPMs less. I mean, it's just less. So there's going to be a difference there. Yes, that's what the truck's supposed to do. And for people to have commented because they're not informed, hearing our truck and we're towing, they go, oh my God, sounds like that engine's blowing up. My diesel never sounds that way. Do you ever pull up next to in your car? If you're in a Honda car, your little Honda, you ever pull up to a motorcycle that can rev at 17,000, 18,000 RPMs and go, I just heard you go down the street and man, that thing sounds like it's going to blow up. I would never rev my car up that high. No crap. It's different engines. It's completely different. So being misinformed about how gas and diesel works, yeah, that's an issue. That's always been an issue. So get informed. And the thing is again, I'm going to go back to the first thing I said, watch YouTube. We've got 750 videos. We have covered this in the past. Go back and watch that. We've talked about it numerous times. We choose what we want. You choose what you want, but don't ever scoff at it unless you have good hard numbers. And I've said it before, if I was towing regularly over 10,000 pounds all the time, I would initially get into a diesel. When I mean all the time, I mean lots of miles, like more than 10,000 miles a year, I would probably get a diesel. If we were to get in a trailer, a fifth wheel, that was 15,000 pounds, I would get a diesel. At that point, if I'm towing a lot, if I was wanting to get into a fifth wheel that was 20,000 pounds, of course I would get into a diesel. I mean, it's just no brainer, but I'm pretty much on the edge of what the truck can do and feel very comfortable with it. You know, I'm not on the ragged, oh my God, we can't bring that extra Happy Meal with us because it's going to add too much weight to the truck. No, oh, I'd like to buy a case of pop, but I can't put it in the truck and haul the RV2 because it's too much weight. We're not there. We're not even close to that. So again, be informed. Be informed. Are you guys still with us?
Yep, we got 66. I think it says 66 watching.
Ooh, not as many as I'd like, but I am ranting. And it is the middle of the day.
Yeah,
but
it's
thank you,
lunchtime.
everybody that's on with us. Thank you. It's the middle of the day. Like Heidi said, you're getting out of your normal.
I'm gonna catch up on like the comments for you.
Okay.
Mark Haney said that they're going to Gatlinburg for a week in the Smoky Mountains.
Hey, make sure that you contact, if you're already watching or if not watching, I don't know, Bob at Making Stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's in Tennessee there. I think he's in that Gatlin area, right? He's an RVer, but he has a YouTube channel called Making Stuff.
William's going to Talladega.
Ooh, nice. Wonder why. Wonder what's going on in Talladega.
And
oh, my cup's stuck.
Mark Haney said it's amazing how the Alliance Fifth Wheel Facebook page contains so many rants from people expecting their new fifth wheel to be flawless.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
Seabliss said last weekend they left their gate down on the pickup and smashed the cargo door in the front of the fifth wheel. $800 lesson learned.
Yeah, I'm afraid of doing that myself.
I know. We haven't had yet, so I think we try to triple check, but we did leave our the tongue jack down that one time.
Yeah, on our travel trailer,
we skidded a couple feet.
Yeah, we just took, and immediately I'm like, why does this feel like it just, again, it's that feel thing. I'm like, why do I feel as if something just don't feel right here? And like she said, it only went that far. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to even put up the tongue jack.
Dave Willis said thanks for the info on the Power Watch dog. He purchased one last summer and hardwired it inside his RV.
Great, super.
Strong supporter.
Awesome.
Frank says, hello, just bought a 7,200 pound travel trailer. What tow hitch did you use? And I said Pro Pride.
Yes. Yeah, the Pro Pride. Somebody else asked us earlier how we feel about the Pro Pride hitch. Now that, even though we got rid of it because we don't have a travel trailer anymore, would I buy it again? There's the only cons that I can find on it is it adds tongue weight. So it's not a 100-pound hitch. It's like a 250-pound hitch. It's a heavy hitch. There's a lot of hardware there. So you're going to add hitch weight. You're also adding some length. So there's some argument that that extra length gives you extra leverage to help you lift. I mean, but that's still extra weight regardless how you look at it. And what was the other thing that I said was the negative? Oh, the price.
Yeah.
But here's the thing on the price. We sold ours for a couple $1,000s, and it got scooped up right away. It was on Facebook Marketplace for a week. The guy drove a couple of hours to come get it because I mean, so I recouped some money out of that. Our neighbor, Jerry, he's been here for
16 years.
16 years, yeah.
He was in this site.
This used to be a mobile home site,
and
he was here. But his mobile home fell apart, so I guess they moved him over there.
Mark Haney said back in 1974, his dad towed a 1971 Terry travel trailer, probably about 22 feet, with a 1971 Impala.
Yes. My grandfather used to tow his bass boat with a beautiful, I wish he still had it. They've all passed away, and this has been years ago. But he had a beautiful 1969 Mercury Montego wagon with a 429 in it. I loved it. Big brown sofa looking car. Just so awesome. He used to tow his boat everywhere with that thing. Of course, it's basically a truck that's just short. Full frame, big block engine, C6 transmission. Yeah.
Ken Rouse on here. He said hello across the pond.
Howdy.
Said he's been following us for a few years.
Oh yeah, Ken's been.
Yeah.
I remember he told me, and I feel bad because I'm not good at it. It's an extra step, and I keep on leaving it out. Ken's the one that suggested. He says you should show on a map where you're at, or at least include the address.
Well, we've been at the same place for 6 months.
No,
I know, show it every time.
In the past, I've done videos, and I've mentioned places, and it's like, damn it. All I think about is Ken saying, I'd really like to see the map. I'm like, oh, I screwed that up.
Sully's on here.
Hey, Sully, dude. Where was something was going on with Sully that we were talking about just the other day? What was that?
I don't know.
Something he posted.
I always follow him on Instagram.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys go follow Sully, what's it called now?
Just another.
No.
Oh.
What's your Instagram, Sully? Is it Michael Sullivan, or is it just another Sully?
I think that's it.
You guys need to go follow him because now
He's funny.
Be ready to be offended.
Right, just another Sully.
Just another Sully on Instagram. You're going to be offended, I'm sure, but he speaks the truth and he speaks his mind, and I love him for it because there ain't no time for all this dilly-dally, and he calls people out for doing stupid stuff, which...
Tim Murphy says, hello from Hartville. It's snowing and raining, of course.
Old Hartville. You know what? I wish I had one of their pecan pies there from the kitchen.
A banana cream pie or lemon meringue.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I wish we could go to the kitchen and just eat today. Oh, you know what I wish we had? Some of their takeout soup that they got in that.
Yeah.
We're
trying to be on a diet because I have high cholesterol.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
But anyway.
I don't have that on here, though, because that's not part of the not informed.
Yeah.
We'll get back to not informed.
Haley family says it's snowing in Ohio.
Ugh. Well, it's gonna rain, they say today. I don't know if it will. Did we have rain 2 days ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. You see my clothes. Heidi and I have been discussing about where we may want to permanently stay at some point, and I'm telling you what, we have enjoyed the weather for 6 months. Has it been?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months straight here. There's only been like a few days I'm like, I don't know. I have never experienced that much good weather in a row being from Ohio. I mean, we're lucky to get 3 months of really good weather. And it's like, holy cow, this is... So, again, talking about maybe where we may want to permanently put our feet down. Of course, this would be it. But you know what? Until the housing bubble burst or something, I cannot believe the money that they're asking for houses down here.
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm talking everywhere on the East Coast, from Cape Canaveral all the way down and including Miami. Any house that would be considered a normal house on a normal piece of property, with for example, the house that we lived in. To find a house just like that anywhere near the coast at all, and when I say near the coast, I'm talking within 15 miles of the coast. $200,000 $275, $375,000. If we could have taken our little house in Beloit and just picked it up and set it down in this RV park and owned the property, it would be a $280,000 home all day long. It's
Yeah.
incredible. And we were lucky to get 80,000 for ours back in Ohio. So I'm waiting till the housing market. Everybody says it's going to burst. It's got to. It's getting really bad down here.
We'll get someone's fixer-upper.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. They're fixer-uppers. They show pictures. No walls, no wiring, no plumbing. The roof is falling in. No floors. Fixer-upper. That's like rebuilder-upper.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, more comments.
Did you get the 373s?
Yeah, you can only get, with a 350, you can only get 2 gear sets, either 373
He
or
said
a
he
430.
ordered 430 so he could get the bigger RV
Good.
and do the 1,000 trails 3-week moves.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's the next thing on this thing.
Now they're waiting for the truck.
The 430s, by far, I wish we had. Now, with that said, we did a 70-mile trip, and I drove the truck like a human. Not like a human a-hole, but just a human being. And I got 17 miles to the gallon with the truck. We went down the turnpike, and I can't remember where we were going to. West Palm Beach? No. I don't remember where we headed to. We went south of here.
It was either that or Hollywood.
Yeah, we could have went to Hollywood. Went to the casino again. Ooh, they comped us an 800 night room for 3 nights. Man, we left after 2 days because our money ran out. our allotted spending money ran out, and we still had a day staying there. The good news is we ate for free every day.
Yeah.
Bad news is that was comp money, and the only way you get comp money is if you're losing money or spending money. Let's say that, spending money.
I Like Rock says they love their Power Watch dog as well.
Awesome.
Going to Hardwire out soon. Ken Rao says, what campground are you at? We'll look it up. Southgate Mobile Home and RV Park, Vero Beach, Florida.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys can check this out. If you're on a laptop right now, I don't know if you're on a mobile device. I did include the location that we're live streaming from, and I think you can just click on that and it should take you to it.
Cool.
Yeah. I still should be including a map in that, but yeah, we're in Vero Beach, Florida. Look, Vero Beach is a nice growing community. It's small town feel in some places. I don't think that it feels like a big city to me, really.
I don't think it feels like a small town either.
Yeah.
It's medium size.
Yeah, medium size.
It's growing, for sure.
It's got some nice attractions. It's a nice place to live. The only thing we don't care for is sometimes the sirens and the noise, and there is some crime here. We do hear on our scanner occasional shooting, and we do listen to the scanner. So you guys, maybe that stuff going around you too, but you don't hear it. So you just, but yeah, there's some occasional stuff going on around here that you got to be concerned with.
Chris Beaver says, look at Leesburg.
Leesburg, Florida is, well,
So
we
the
did,
plantation is beautiful
it's
and
awful
not overly
inland.
pricey.
I know, I get it. It's so inland, though. We really want that ocean breeze. I know there's a lot of water in Leesburg. I know there's lots of lakes. You know where Leesburg is, where it got the airbags installed on the truck.
Yeah.
That
was a nice area.
It's a nice area. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
Where were we staying at when we were there?
village, Wildwood.
I don't want to be there.
See, that's the way I feel too. If
selfish.
I'll tell you what, I would.
We're
if,
selfish.
If we have to live in the middle, somewhere, I want to be on the St. Johns River.
Right.
I love the river there. I've always loved that area. Here's the problem. We know the best, cheapest place to find a house in or on the St. Johns River currently to own property, to buy and own property, is in the Palatka area. Somewhere in Palatka, maybe DeLand, maybe somewhere in there. However, there's just no jobs there really. And again, this is looking into the future. This is something on down. If we're going to buy a house, I've got a whole different direction that I would have to operate my YouTube channel. And we would only be getting back to RV projects, camping, stuff like that, going camping, doing that kind of thing. Uh, that's not going to necessarily keep you guys entertained. We know that. So I would have to work on my other channel, which requires me to have property and be able to bring vehicles in for repairs, small engine stuff to be in for repairs. So now you can get our mindset of what we need to look for. Um, Now, again, I would much rather be more south, and I'd much rather be close to the ocean. And the reason is I can deal with the Florida heat in the summer as long as we've got an ocean breeze that shows up at some point in time. If you're in the middle of the state, that doesn't seem to happen that often. My grandparents, they retired to Satsuma, which is on the St. Johns River. And I remember sweltering heat, that there was no breeze and it was just dead still. So I don't know if I want to experience that. I could if it was on the St. Johns River though, because I do like the river. I love fishing
Chris
there.
Beaver says he drove it like a human. He says, I'm so keeping that line in my pocket.
Yeah, yeah. I don't normally drive that way.
Mike, Sully said, Florida man stays busy through the gun-shaped state. Go invade Pelicamp.
We looked at that, but I'll tell you why everybody's buying property out there. It's cheap, and the reason it's cheap is because it's not really a desirable area. I mean, it's got some nice stuff you can get to in the Gulf Coast, and it is Florida. It's nice weather, but it gets cold up there. They get some serious storms up there. I mean,
It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, you can't,
I mean,
driving for a job, if you
If
really
we got a stationary place, though, I'm getting a job.
Heidi can't handle it.
And I don't want to drive an hour for a job.
Yeah, there's just no way. Yeah, Heidi would not be able to handle it.
Michael Russo says, I live here in Florida over 30 years, and the price for homes down here have not changed all over, just one up and not down. It says just wanted up and not down. I don't know what that means. You should see the housing prices on the Keys. Oh, yeah, we have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We watch a lot of videos. Your channel has come up along the way from working on sway bars under your son's van.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up.
Oh, good. Yeah, he finally, like I mentioned before, if you guys don't know it, he did sell his van to a guy that's full-time in.
Yeah.
They were all excited
Well, as
about
far
it.
as we know, he's full-time.
Oh, I love.
Oh,
It'll
we
be
got new nugget
coming up.
ice maker.
I think that's coming up on a review, right?
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, we haven't, I don't think we've got the okay for it yet, but. Oh, maybe I'll talk about that. Misinformed. Here's something that's misinformed. I had somebody talk about, I mean, I kind of probably snapped back a little bit too hard on it. People saying, I don't know, man, you guys, all these RV channels, lumping us in with everybody else. All these RV channels, they're being given all this high dollar stuff that the average camper doesn't need. Well, the average camper don't need any of this stuff. The average camper needs a tent and a way to make a fire. I mean, if you want to talk about average campers. So if you're traveling in a trailer of any kind, you didn't need that. So yeah, average camping, let's say average camping, trailer camping. There's a lot of stuff that people may want. There's a lot of stuff that people may need.
We still have stuff we don't need.
Yeah, we have
inside.
stuff we don't need. And here's the thing. I'm just showing you the product. It's not like I'm doing anything unheard of. You're giving unbelievable. Listen, there's stuff we haven't done reviews on.
Yeah.
I told you when I did the door locks, the guy sent us door locks, and he says, "You gonna post the video?" And I'm like, "No." I've done that lots of times. I have so many product that has been sent to us over the years, that I haven't done any videos on. It's like, this is junk. I install it, maybe I use it, maybe I don't, but I'm not going to. The stuff that I do video on is stuff that, hey, your time's valuable, my time's valuable. I'm not going to shoot, edit, post, comment, and have you guys watch. All that includes time invested in me and you on something that I'm saying don't bother with. It's just not a thing. It's your idea of good is different than my idea of good. I'm telling you what I feel is good, and if I suggest or think that you should buy it. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
So be informed. We're not all out here getting stuff for free, living like kings, and pushing product based on the fact that we're trying to get you to sell anything or buy anything that we don't even sell it. We're just telling you about it. All we're saying is if you are in the market for something like this,
Yeah.
this is why we like it. And if you buy it, please support our channel by using links that we're
Yeah.
given. That's all. That's all we're doing. So be informed about that.
And you don't have to watch them.
Yeah. I mean, who in their right mind goes, oh my God, I'm watching this RV channel and he's talking about a $1,500 bicycle. I can't afford that. Well, then don't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I don't know what the mystery is there, but just don't buy it. And their argument is, well, you're getting it for free. Well, yeah, we have an RV channel, and advertisers, we make money off of advertisers. Well, guess what? That guy wants us to advertise for him. That's all we're doing. If it's a good enough product, I'm telling you, there's been plenty of refrigerator, freezers, generators, numerous wire devices, including backup cameras, wireless cameras, tools, utensils and stuff. We haven't done any reviews on. We haven't done any reviews. I don't know how. There was like these generators. They were charging like $800 for them, and I didn't do any reviews for them at all. I said, forget it. There's no way. So, and we turn down stuff all the time. I mean, immediately as soon as I look into it and start reading on it, because we research it a little bit before we say yes. Man, there's some of that stuff's just junk. All right. So, getting back to being informed. Campground memberships. We belong to a Thousand Trails membership. We belong to Good Sam's Club, which you get discounted rates at some campgrounds. We belong to Passport America. We're gold lifetime members with Passport America. We belong to FMCA, which I don't think they have a lot of discounts with them. We also belong to Boondockers Welcome, or now Harvest Host Boondockers Welcome. And I think there might be another one that I'm forgetting. But, and then of course with Thousand Trails, you get the Encore Parks and of course RPI, which is Resorts Partners Incorporated or something like that. With those campground memberships, it's just like an RV. It's just like everything else. It is not rainbows and sunshine. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always get you to where you want to be at the time you want to go there. And people that are buying it that are not full-timers are having some major issues, and we're seeing that over and over again. So let me tell you about our membership. And I'm going to tell you that there's links in the description. You want information on this, you contact either Campground Membership Outlet for used memberships, or you contact Jim and Brandy Reneau for new memberships. Both of them are straight shooters, and they'll let you know what they have, and you can get an idea on pricing right away. And you can ask all the questions you want. They're very good people to deal with. That's why they are permanently in our description box. And of course, like anything else, we have some sort of affiliation with any kind of people that go over and mention our name. We get some sort of a kickback. Honestly, I don't even know what it is. I think we may get a check occasionally. And I'm not talking about, ooh, I got a check, let's go buy $6,000 worth of something. It's not like that. I mean, we don't do that kind of numbers at all. It's like a $50 check here or a $100 check there occasionally. I think overall we may have gotten, I don't even know, not enough to be concerned, not enough to report it on income tax, that's for sure. So, I had somebody that was talking about campground memberships and how they got screwed. Oh, we got so screwed because we bought a Thousand Trails membership, and I cannot get into the Florida Keys in the middle of the winter. And they have one of the lower rung memberships that their booking window is only 30 days out. We have the Adventure program. Prior to that, we had the Ultimate Odyssey. The Ultimate Odyssey, even though it cost us a decent amount of money, I think it was $10,000.
Yeah, somewhere
more,
around there.
Yes.
11.5.
Maybe $11,000. And that's expensive. But if you look at how much we stay there and how much you recoup, I mean, you get your money back. It's just, you got to be willing to put that money out initially. That one did not have the ability to stay in Encore parks, but just 2 weeks. And you had to leave a week, and then you could come back to another Encore park for another 2 weeks. And there's a whole bunch of Encore parks out there. Not so much in certain states, but like Florida's got a ton. Texas has a few down in a desirable area. Arizona has a group of them down in the Yuma area that's really good. So there's a lot of Encore parks. And we did upgrade to the adventure program. Now, as of filming right now, the adventure program's the best you can get. I highly suggest it. Look for used first. Try to find used ones. Now, here's where I see a lot of people that are like, I can't pay that much. And why would I do that? Why would I want to go to the adventure program when I can't get into the Encore parks now with the membership I have? Well, that's because all the people that have the adventure program, like us, we're getting the reservations first. And you know why? Because we have a 90-day booking window instead of a 30-day booking window. I'm sorry, a 60-day booking window, right? It's 60. Yeah. All the other memberships that Encore has, or I should say Thousand Trails has a 60-day booking window for Encore parks, meaning you can't make a reservation at that park until midnight or 1 a.m. of the day that's 60 days out from the very first day of your stay. I know that's a little confusing, but basically, if you want to stay May 5th at an Encore park, you need to go back 60 days, and midnight of that day before that, you need to start trying to make your reservation for your May vacation if you're going to go on that. With the adventure program, you have 90 days. You have a 90-day window, so 3 months. So we have a whole 30 days that we can beat everybody else out that are all waiting for their 60-day window to come up. We're doing that with 90-day windows. The other thing is, once we get in there, we can stay 3 weeks. We don't stay 2 weeks. We can stay 3 weeks for free. Not only that, but we can make a reservation then for our next Encore park 3 weeks later for the next 90-day window, because we can go park to park to park with Encore. And that's something that you can't do with those other memberships. So if you're looking at trying to get the best membership, this one does offer the most. As far as staying in Thousand Trails Park, it's all the same. We can still stay 3 weeks and go park to park to park Thousand Trails. With those other programs, you can do 2 weeks and go park to park to park with Thousand Trails. The only thing is in Florida, there's only 3,000 trails. Not only that, the Ultimate Odyssey, which we did like, that one you could stay 28 days and go park to park to park, Thousand Trails only. We're reduced to 21. We didn't have a problem with that because we found that other than Orlando and Wildwood, that's the only times we did 28-day stays. Yeah. And we were actually wanting to leave a little early. That's a whole month, and we're like, I wish, maybe we did something different. So
here we have been here for 6 months.
Yeah, we've been here for 6 months. And this has nothing to do with Thousand Trails
No.
or Encore.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's something else. Campground memberships, be informed that you're not going to buy this membership, although it might be a lot of money. You might be making payments on it. A lot of people finance it. I don't suggest it, but if you do finance it, just it's like everything else, be able to make payments, realize that you're going to have that much money coming out a month.
But you also have to remember, making payments, you also have a yearly fee.
Yeah, you still have a yearly fee.
Your yearly membership
think it's
free.
$800 for us, and then it's going to be $1,000, I think, the next time, because we get a couple things for free for the first couple years. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you buy one of these memberships, don't think, which apparently the uninformed do, and a lot of them do, and they just rant and rave about how bad these memberships are because they're getting screwed. And let me tell you about how this one person in particular was getting screwed. They bought their membership, they financed it, they didn't shop around for the best deal, so they paid a pretty decent. We waited for a sale to go on, even to upgrade. We would have bought used, but there was no used ones at the time.
Right.
But they bought a membership. They have a small booking window, and they are trying to book the Florida Keys. There's only 2 Encore parks in the Florida Keys. They're trying to book those things 30 days out in Florida for the winter. Yeah, whatever. You're not going to get that. And now that she don't get that, all she can, I was planning on staying, I was going to be the winner in Florida Keys for 2 weeks. And she thought she was going to book for 2 weeks, leave a week, and then go to the other Encore Park down there for 2 weeks in the winter in Florida. So
Somebody did.
Oh,
That
no.
did work out for
yeah,
them.
you can't. But he had an adventure program.
You also have to. It's a membership, and you got to work at it.
Yes.
It's not like get online and book a reservation. A lot of times you got to call them.
Yes, that's the other thing.
And you got to be patient because if you're kind to them, they will bend over backwards for you.
So, would you buy the Ultimate Odyssey again, like we did the first time?
Personally, no. But
It's
the
because we traveled.
affordability, yes, absolutely.
And the reason she's saying no, I guarantee, because we didn't use it hardly at all because we traveled so much.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense, I know, but we weren't planning on staying and making our trip line up with certain parks.
Yeah.
We wanted to go out through the middle of the country where there's not a lot of those parks.
Yeah, and plus we stayed, just overnight
But
in places.
did we not love the fact that we had that membership November in Wildwood, December in Orlando?
Yep.
Because we stayed there a month each and we paid nada.
We will probably more than likely be doing that this winter.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get back into it again, a little bit more heavily. So the adventure program. Now that you know we can bounce around 21 days, park to park, is that a good idea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do like I know it's a pain packing up every 3 weeks, but like being here, if we didn't have what's outside this park, I would be going crazy.
Yeah, this park is a.
And it's very nice, and it's.
Oh yeah.
It's we're not right next to our neighbor, and
Although you can see his trailer. Probably,
yeah,
right?
but I'm saying that, and you can walk around, and this, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we walk. You can ride your bike so many places. You see
I could walk to the gas station.
our bike reviews. We rode
grocery
to the
store.
beach.
Yeah, oh yeah, the beach is only 3.6 miles away from here.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
So the idea behind the memberships is use them, and they'll pay for themselves immediately.
Yeah, for sure. It'll definitely pay for itself this year.
We've stayed here. I'm sure you guys saying, well, you've just talked about you're staying in one location all this time. Yeah, it just worked out for us. But that gets me into people that are uninformed. We are in Florida for the winter. And I just talked about property values and how high they are. Why would anybody think that lot rents at RV parks would be any cheaper? Some stays are expensive down here. The lot that we're currently at was, I think, in the off season, I think it ran less than what it currently does. I think it was like almost $700 a month in the off season. You don't pay for electric, and of course you get water and cable and all that crap. Or no, you don't get cable. I think you can get cable. We just never did. The peak season though, this is $850 a month, is it? Right? What's our lot rent?
$850.
Yeah. So it's $850 a month to stay here.
It's a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think it's gone up.
Yeah. 9 something.
Yeah.
975.
I don't think
we don't pay
no,
the.
it's $975. It's not that high. That's for a premium.
Okay.
Or an elite.
We're in the
premium.
middle of.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
Site.
The-
We don't pay electric though.
Yeah, we don't pay electric, and we looked at our electric because we have that watchdog. I think currently, I don't have my phone. I think currently we are at probably 5,000 kilowatt hours since November. Yeah, just imagine if it's 10 cents a kilowatt, it's $500. So yeah, please be informed. You're not going to just drive to Florida in the middle of the winter and hook up with some kind of RV park that's only going to charge you $800 for 6 months. It's not going to happen. Even our fail-safe, the one that we loved, when 2017 we stayed in this little dive RV park that's called Ocean View in Satellite Beach. It's right on A1A, and we loved the little park. And that guy hadn't raised his rates for a long time. It was like $750 a month during the winter. He finally rose it to $1,000 a month, and that's including electricity, but $1,000 a month. That's what you can plan on spending down here at almost all of these parks that are half desirable. Now, you can find some of these places that are inland, that are a little bit out of the way, that are smaller parks, that are, the kind you just drive and it's like 5 different country roads and you finally pull into the park and it's beautiful and it's got a lake and they've got a slide for the kids and a swimming pool and shuffleboard courts.
I'm gonna look at the weather.
But it's out in the middle of nowhere. Those parks you could probably get a little bit cheaper. Just be aware, again, be informed. Most of them are not that way. But we wanted to stay in one place because of a bunch of things. Number one, we knew that we had to make some sort of organization and arrangements for our fifth wheel. At that time, we didn't know if we would be trading in our travel trailer, if we were going to be selling it ourselves. We also had a lot of stuff that we were going to have to get rid of out of the cap of the truck, and we had to sell the cap. We had to order stuff, the hitch for the fifth wheel. We had health issues. I had health issues. Heidi has some health issues. We'll still talk about that. And we wanted to be stationary, one place, so we could make an appointment for the doctor and they would say, hey, listen, we can't get you in for another 3 weeks. Fine, no problem. If we were doing 1,000 trails, now it's like, great. So
we're moving further,
yeah,
north.
Or somebody says, hey, I want to come look at your travel trailer. Well, we're getting ready to go 400 miles away from here. Sorry. If you want to come look at it, come there. And we were...
It just made more sense.
Yeah. So that's why we stayed for as long as we did. And I'm not disappointed that we did it.
No, I'm not.
I'd rather travel, but anyways, we'll get back to that. Being misinformed. I just talked about all the product that we talked about, all the stuff that this is...
Just before you move
sorry.
on to off 1,000 trails,
okay.
Are there age restrictions on the 1,000 trail campsites?
Yes, the encores, yes. They're lenient.
I don't see how there is.
No.
I know there is, but
not 1,000,
we'll go
listen,
to any park.
Not 1,000 trails, encore parks.
Right.
1,000 trails, I don't think there are any age requirements for any of the 1,000 trails. The encore parks, which there's a lot of them, there are age requirements at some of the encore, and they're listed. When you look at all the parks that are available, there's age requirements for some of them.
What about the age requirement for the camper?
For the camper? I thought you meant age requirement for the people.
It says he has a class 24 RV.
Wait a minute, you didn't say
Are there
anything about
age restrictions at the 1,000 trails camp?
Yeah,
You're talking age.
I was talking about 55
right.
plus parks.
Yeah. There is sometimes. I think they pick and choose.
Nah, I don't. No way.
I'll tell you that I hear stories about not being able to get into parks, but then we go to
I've
a
never
park.
seen that.
Well, we haven't. Right.
No,
because
I've never seen it though. I've never gone into a park and go, look at all these RVs, how new they are.
Right. I'm also seeing older ones that,
I'll tell you what. You will not have a window air conditioner
or a blue tarp.
Or a blue tarp.
They don't allow that.
Or some sort of political sign or flag or something like that. You won't have that. They'll kick you out for that. You may lose your membership over that. But we've been in parks that RVs have come in of all ages. I don't remember any age being a thing anywhere. If there is, I haven't seen it. Every park we've been to, I've never gone in and said, look at how new all these RVs are. 10 years or newer. I've never seen it in any of the parks we went to. So I thought you meant age requirement for people. Yeah, there's some age requirement. Arizona, all those parks.
This park?
No, I'm talking about Encore.
Oh, okay.
Why would? Oh, it's just like, okay, let's point out every park in the country is age requirement.
Well, there's a lot of them.
No, there's a lot of them in certain areas that they need to
Arizona.
be. Arizona, Florida, parts of Texas. You can count on that. I think maybe California too. You've also got, and that's not Encore parks, that's all parks in general. As far as Encore parks, there's a few in Florida that are age required. There's, I think, all of them in Texas, but only during the busy season. And the same with Arizona, only during the busy season. And again, even Florida, I think it's during the busy season. It's when they can be a little bit more picky. I'll tell you that I think they're pretty lenient on that. I think if you're close to that age, I think if you come in and you roll in and you're 53, I think that they would let you in.
As long as you don't have 5 kids.
If you don't have a bunch, kids, a bunch, you got to look the part. You got to look old to get into the older parks, I guess. They just don't want that kind of stuff going on. They'll get, people, word will get out and nobody will come back. The regular people will quit coming in. So getting back to what I was saying about the product that we were talking about and products that we discuss. Don't buy everything you think you may need. We did that on some level. We bought some stuff that I'm like, now that we're on the road, this don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Camping gear, camping equipment, actual fire equipment. I'm going to have a fire. I'm going to cook and all that stuff. Don't buy it until you're out there doing it.
Especially if you're down here in Florida.
We love campgrounds. And a lot of these campgrounds, they don't have fire rings.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't allow fires.
Yeah.
So just don't buy, and I'm talking about whatever you think inside too. Oh, I think I should get, I don't know. I'm trying to think of stuff that we bought and that we're like.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah, and here's the reason, and I'm gonna use the link in the description to help support our channel. Use our link in the description. Amazon delivers everything, everywhere. You can pretty much get what you need through Amazon.
Amazon, you can use Amazon Locker.
How do you think I got how many pounds is that? 250 pound fifth wheel hitch. Amazon. How do you think I got, well, I could have got the tonneau cover. I should have ordered the tonneau cover through Amazon.
Right.
How do you think I got the tires for our travel trailer? I ordered them through Amazon. I mean, you can order big stuff through Amazon. Our 43-gallon Blue Boy, I ordered it through Amazon.
Yeah.
There's something too. Don't get a Blue Boy unless if you plan on not staying in campgrounds. We've had this Blue Boy tote since we've had a blue tank for a long time, since our pop-up camper. First we had a 12-gallon, then I upgraded to a 22-gallon, and we got rid of the 22-gallon when we got rid of our travel trailer, and then we got our old Terry travel trailer. Then we got our new travel trailer, and I bought a 43-gallon or 42-gallon, and all of those have never seen black water in them, and I don't think, other than Virginia Beach and Paradise, other than Virginia Beach and Paradise, I don't think we've ever used it.
Yeah.
All the campgrounds, all the traveling that we've done, that's the only time.
We haven't used it since we've been on the road.
Yeah, we haven't used it since we're on the road. That's big. It's big. That's why I got it strapped underneath. Go watch that video. Yeah, it should stay there.
You should only buy it if you, on the very first time you need it.
Yeah.
And then decide after that,
Yeah.
or before that even, if you're really going to use it, because it's just something we got to worry about finding a place for it.
It gets back to that stuff. Stuff can go regardless. Even if you don't like RVing full-time or just traveling full-time or whatever, your stuff can go, trust me. Out of all the stuff we got rid of, if we were magically to snap our fingers and go back to a house immediately in our old lifestyles immediately tomorrow, out of all the stuff that we bought, that we got rid of, the only thing we regret is Heidi's little car, because obviously she's going to need a car, and that was a good one. We had already narrowed it down and got her a good car. Doesn't mean we can't buy another one. It's just We had already done the work, and it was a good deal. That's one. Secondly, for me, I'd have to rebuy or repurchase a few tools, an air compressor, maybe some, of course, air tools, a welder, maybe a lift table, possibly, floor jacks, stuff like that. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. My stuff was getting old anyways. Maybe it needed to be upgraded. Maybe I don't need as big a floor jack as I used to have. Maybe I need bigger, one or the other. Nonetheless, the stuff that you have currently, if you're going to be and you're going to downsize, just go do it. Just get rid of the stuff. You don't need it. It can always be replaced. I cringe, and everybody else cringes, when they say, this is our storage unit that we've had for the last 2 years. And now they're getting rid of everything. I don't know. Fire. Got a fire.
Must be.
You guys hear that siren? I don't know. Let us know in the comments real quick. I'm kind of curious what our microphones pick up.
Tim Murphy, he's right. 1,000 Trails, some of the places are charging $5 per package.
Yes, you're right.
Because we have that out in
then don't get it delivered
Washington.
there.
Yeah.
Get it delivered to the
To the
Amazon
locker.
locker, to the CVS. I mean, there's so many places you can get it delivered to. Here's the other thing. Don't get it delivered in the park. Have it delivered outside the park. Again, pick an address. But yeah, you don't. And you know what? I don't disagree with 1,000 Trails charging for the deliveries, to tell you the truth. And again, $5, that's a convenience charge. As long as they safely get it and secure it, and I don't have to be there to receive it, I'm willing to pay somebody $5 to sit and babysit my delivery location to get my product. It's better than here. Here, we've got to make sure we're here, even though it's very safe here.
Yeah.
We've been places, and it's like, oh, hey, look at the camera. There's a package sitting on our step, and they just leave it.
Yeah.
Or they go leave it up at the office, outside the office with a whole pile of packages, because UPS is lazy, at least that driver.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay for somebody to get, we don't get that many packages. And if they're charging $5, then maybe I'll consolidate my order and get it all shipped as one.
Yeah. But we paid out in Washington or Oregon.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So the stuff can go regardless. Don't put crap in, sentimental things, keepsakes, heirlooms, personal items that you really don't want to get rid of. Try to find a family member that's got some extra room that you can trust, and it's stored safely somewhere. That's fine. We have 4 totes.
Something like that.
4 totes at our daughter's place, our daughter and our son-in-law. That's stuff that we couldn't get rid of.
I have some keepsakes actually with me.
Yeah, but as far as getting
it's
a
in a small
storage
box.
unit, we got a storage unit, and that was because we were transferring from one RV to the other. But the stuff that we have, that we're getting rid of, we continuously get rid of stuff. We have stuff for sale right now on Facebook Marketplace, and guess what? If it don't sell by the time it's ready for us to move, we may carry it with us if we have the room, or Salvation Army or Goodwill's going to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not worth carrying. And the funny part is, stuff that we've gotten rid of, truckloads of stuff that we've gotten rid of right before we hit the road, and as we've been on the road, I don't even remember what it was. I can't recall all the stuff that we got rid of. So how bad did I need it or want it? All right. You may not like living, this is for misinformed, you may not like living full-time because it's not a full-time vacation. You've got to work at it to some extent. You're living on the road. You may be work camping. You might need to have a job. You might be gate guarding, whatever. But it's not a vacation. So whenever you, which nobody gave us crap about, which is really great. I appreciate our viewers being informed and not misinformed. Like when we went to the casino and we stayed a few nights at the hotel. Yeah. I was surprised. Everybody say, what do you mean? You're vacationing already? I was really expecting a lot of that. And it's because that was a vacation for us. I mean, we're just living. This is our house. This is our home, I should say. And we're just living here. So, it's time to get away and kind of, different scenery. We still needed to stay here and be in this area, so we couldn't hook up and just go somewhere. With that said, if we went to the casino and we didn't have a comp room, Yeah, the RV would go down in the parking lot of the casino. The whole idea is whenever you're hitting on the road full time, a lot of you might be camping on the weekends, and after 2 weeks, you're coming home going, oh, it's nice to come home to a friendly bed and, a nice long hot shower. But man, did I enjoy myself. It was so great. Listen, that's like saying, hey, this girl seems like somebody that I might want to move in with. I've been staying at her house, 2, 3 days at a time. We do everything together all day long, all that stuff. And during the week when I'm away from her, I miss her and I'd like to get back with her again. And maybe I should move in with her. Guess what? You know the deal. That's a whole new ball game. That's a whole new ball of wax. That's a whole new story and a whole bunch of stress that you may not have seen when you actually move in with that person, because then conflicts start butting heads. Heidi and I, we had lived together for about a year on and off. I had a little apartment that she actually found for me. Was that by plan? You found it close to you?
Well, why would I look further from me?
That's true. So she got me real close to where she was, where she lived. She still lived at home, and we lived together on and off. She would be at the apartment for times on and off, and then we moved and got a house together when we got married. And man, that was the first time we really lived together night and day, 7 days a week, for months on end. And boy, we butted heads about a bunch of stuff, that's for sure. We learned a lot of things. Same with the full time, getting way off topic there, but not getting off topic.
Dave says turn on the scanner.
Yeah, I know what's going on. Full-time living, though, it's not a vacation. And even though you like camping and long camping trips, it may not be for you. Again, getting back to what I was saying, though, even if you think you want to full-time, I say go ahead and get rid of your stuff. Unless you plan on just doing it for 6 months. And
Right.
even then, I don't think you can get a good feel for it for 6 months. You got to do it for a year. So if you don't mind paying storage a year for everything, paying for storage for a whole year, and sorting through everything and moving everything and putting it somewhere, and then having that there in case you bail out, I think pretty much everything's replaceable. It's just stuff. Sure, you might lose some money on it, but didn't you need to upgrade anyways? I mean, you bought the stuff in the first place. You must enjoy buying it. You get to re-enjoy that experience all over again, of buying it all over again. So that's what the non-informed is all about here. That was all my topics on this non-informed. So what I want to take away, everybody take away from it is, please just pay attention. Just look at what needs to be done. Research it. Asking questions is fine as long as you've already researched it and you have a legitimate question. Not everything's going to go the way that you think. Even though you paid a decent amount of money for your truck, doesn't mean it's not going to break down. Even though you paid a decent amount of money for your RV, doesn't mean you're not going to have problems. Just because you paid a lot of money for your campground membership, whatever that may be, doesn't mean it's not going to have its quirks and its problems. It's unfortunately becoming a lot of snowflake going on. There's a lot of snowflakes out there that are they would rather rant and rave and throw their hands in the air and scream at the sky than just spend that same amount of effort and time looking into something before they stepped into it. I blame this is the old cranky person talking now. I blame this on the video game age that taught you that you can get killed 3, 4, 5 times. You can just hit the reset button and keep on playing it. And have, like our son, this game is so realistic. No, it's not. You've died 5 times. I hate to tell you, but you only die once in real life. And you would play this game a whole lot differently if you realized that once your guy was dead, that's it, you're dead. You don't get to do anymore. And I think it has a lot to do with that whole quick, instant gratification of, oh, I'm having great time and fun, and oh, what do you mean? I got killed. Let's hit reset. Let's start playing another game. I think it has a lot to do with how quickly information's accessible to everybody, and they've gotten so lazy now that they don't even want to click the button or type in the words to look anymore. They would rather try to find a resource and just ask questions, specific questions, instead of researching and reading an article. I don't even like to read, but if I need to find something out, I'm going to do what I can to either see it on YouTube and at least look it up. But if the video don't cover it, I'm not going to send a comment to the guy and say, hey, listen, I need to ask you about this specific issue. That's not, you just continue to look. That's just my feeling about it. Again, cranky old guy. So how long have we been live, Chad? I don't know.
It just says start streaming less than a minute ago. For some reason, it hasn't updated. I don't know why.
Ooh, that's weird.
I don't know.
So what kind of questions you guys have? How many people we got on here?
84.
84. Hey, if everybody can, just swing over real quick on your phone or whatever and give this a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't even know what that's for. That's how well versed I am in the whole YouTube algorithm. But if you have any questions or any comments that Heidi didn't mention and you've already typed it in and she missed it, type it in again. She's going to be looking now. She's trying to find them. But yeah, there was some stuff I wanted to talk about. And like Heidi said, this is his rant. She wasn't too far from the truth. I just don't like that people are misinformed.
What did I do?
Yeah, Heidi's not seeing any of that right now. But I just don't like that people are misinformed and they
1.5. I'll spend an hour and a half.
Oh, an hour and a half, okay. That people rant and rave and talk crap about something that, again, if they spent half the effort that they do complaining about it initially when they're researching it, maybe they wouldn't have experienced that heartache that they're seeing. Okay, Heidi's got something for me.
I don't have anything for. I'm melting.
You are? You're not even in the sun.
Says, any plans to visit the Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg?
I'm thinking that Tennessee I'd like to go back to Tennessee. We've actually looked at Tennessee for residents, but man, cold. I don't want to see snow. I mean.
We may check that out. It depends. We don't have any solid plans.
You know, it's funny. We went through Tennessee. I can't remember where we went through.
I think we drove through it.
Yeah, we were on a mission at some point.
Yeah.
Well, we did Dale Hollow.
Go to Maine. That is our plan.
Yeah, we would like to do that. We would definitely like to do that. We don't know. Yeah, our plans are very fluid.
Mark Haney says go to the Smoky Mountains in the spring or summer.
Yeah, we definitely going in the winter or people. Oh, it's just fall, all the leaves and stuff. Listen, I'm colorblind. I don't need to see that crap. It's just a bunch of stuff dying to me. The seasonal affective disorder starts kicking in.
You haven't had that problem in 2 years.
Yeah.
Come to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, or Savannah, Georgia.
We stayed in Savannah at Cat Head Creek off of 95.
Was pretty cool.
That was a nice little
Andy
off the
says,
beaten path.
Come to New England. Heavy wet snow in Ohio today. That's barfy.
Yeah. Hence the reason we're sitting here. That just drove us nuts.
Chris says, thanks for putting out great and honest content. My only complaint would be that squeaky voice on your intro. LOL.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, a lot of people like that.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. And it wasn't me. So.
That wasn't Heidi. That was me.
Aaron Dax.
A lot of people still don't know. That was, I'm telling you, I was sitting at my desk. I had a little digital recorder, and I didn't think about nothing. And what have you been up to? Kept on coming up on Facebook. It was for you to enter some kind of communication back then.
That's funny.
And I thought, oh, that's a good line. And I thought, well, how am I going to get Daydream? And I thought, well, we got to be something to do with cruising or driving. Oh, riding. Well, I guess we can say riding. And then that was it. It was a one-take thing, and it went in the intro, and it just stuck there. I just did it. And I had a lot of people say, oh, you should do that intro. And it's actually now, it's a little bit harder for me to do that. I don't know why.
That's funny.
What have you been up to? I've been riding on a daydream. See that lizard flying.
Visit Magnolia Beach, Texas. I can hear the federal queue on that fire engine. Perfect. Need to stay at the Ridge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Hey guys, tell me why do
Don't you ever change that intro?
No, we haven't changed
That's all he says. Don't ever change it.
Oh, why do lizards do push-ups? Chameleons.
That's funny.
Lizards.
They're hilarious.
Why do
It's
they
like they're
run out and
trying to
they do pump ups?
get going or something.
Yeah,
Is that our trash right there?
I don't know. It's been
It's
there
like
for
a
a while.
bloody Band-Aid.
No, it's a crinkled piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Crinkled like cigarette cellophane. It's driving Heidi nuts.
Yeah. I hate having to pick up other people's trash. Makes you and your channel unique. John McHugh says, thanks for all the information.
Absolutely.
Up earlier, everybody's talking about how we carried so many extra chairs, and now
Oh,
we're
my
down to
word.
2.
Yeah,
'Cause
Heidi
most people have their own.
got a Mother's Day gift, and I'm like, oh no, not this again.
Earth Day is coming.
Because we have 2 things coming up. We have 2 things that are in the RV that we bought, and we're like, One was the screened-in room, which we like a lot, and it's much smaller than what we had before. Then Heidi got that hammock. That portable hammock's heavy, and it's kind of big.
I'm keeping it.
She's keeping it because it's nice. I mean, I can't disagree with that.
I can actually drag that around lots of places.
We have
It's a little heavy, but
we have a video that was supposed to go live at 1 o'clock today. We stopped it from going live so we could have this chat with you guys. But behind us there, I don't know if you can see behind me. I don't know can they see it when I move? Look at the picture. That would help.
what am I
How
looking
about the
at?
other picture?
What?
Where would there be a picture at?
What am I looking at?
How
I
about you
wasn't
look at a
listening. I was
picture?
typing.
Look at a picture. Where would a picture be?
Oh, right there?
Oh, is there a picture? Is that a picture?
No, it's a sticker.
Oh, is that a picture?
Oh.
Can you tell me if you can see the bikes in the background?
Yeah, they're right behind you.
Okay. Well, but I had to move. Look,
Oh.
Can you see them now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways,
I mean,
all
there
that.
you can see the cover.
Oh, that. We have a bike that's underneath the cover there. We already did a review on one of them. I have another review coming out for another one. So look for that after we get done with all this stuff. So the only reason I mentioned that is we was talking about carrying stuff. That's what that back rack is for on the RV. We're kind of mixed feeling on that. The cargo rack, which is another video that will be going live at some point. We talk about the cargo rack. You know, we got spoiled with that mountain lock, that whole bumper system. I like the fact that this rack folds up that we currently have on there. That might help us get into some tight areas. But we have that generator and we have those 2 bikes. They all cannot go on that rack. The bikes could just easily be mounted on some kind of bike carrier because we do have the hitch on the back. The generator, of course, will be in the bed of the truck. But, you know, there's all kinds of problems with that. So, anyways.
Johnny G says, Heidi, do you ever get irritated with Mr. Know-It-All?
Yeah.
At least once a day.
Oh, yeah.
He's irritating.
I am well aware of that.
Put the generator on the slide out in the front storage area. It's too big.
Yeah, it's too tall. Our storage area is not a drop floor. And once you add the height of something that slides out, first of all, you'd lose some storage in there because that slide out, you know, it's got to be lined up with the door. So you have so much one direction and so much the other direction that slide out now you'd have to be able to put, you know, it's not big enough for totes. Okay. Anyways, our storage isn't a drop. So the height, I don't think is enough. Do you remember the number? Remember we did
Over
that video?
20 and a half inches?
No, I'm talking about that when we measured.
Oh, yeah.
That was a long time ago.
19, 17, 18.
Yeah. And plus, it's
remember.
100 pounds. I'd be leaning in to get it.
Just like even trying to put it in here wouldn't be fun. It's
Yeah.
not-
No, that's what he's saying. Put it in this pass-through. Oh, you're saying put it in the very front pass-through?
Oh, well, yeah.
I couldn't do that. Plus, you know, we've got to watch the weight of the RV.
Yeah.
You know, we can only put so many. I think we're under 1,000, or we're definitely under 2,000 pounds we can put in the RV because we opted in dual pane windows all the way around. And to give you an idea, we have much more windows in this unit than we did our travel trailer. And our travel trailer dual pane windows added 200 pounds to the weight of the RV. So these windows have added at least 200 pounds to the weight of this RV, above and beyond. Okay, there's that. Secondly, we have 2 solar panels on the roof. That added weight to the RV. Remember, this is an ultralight, so it starts off really light. I think this ultralight in bare form with nothing on it is only supposed to weigh like 9,000 pounds. So that's not very much at all. But we added the solar panels, the dual pane windows, and washer and dryer, and we optioned in the second rooftop air conditioner. So we have a lot in there. We have a lot that added to the weight. So as I mentioned in a previous video, if we were to travel with a full 50 gallons of fresh water, the RV's remaining payload that's available is 750 pounds. That's all we could put in there. Well, we're not going to travel with a full 50 gallons of fresh water. We usually travel with maybe 10. I think we've done as much as 20, but still, we've got to look at our weights. Matter of fact, today, let's do that today at some point. You guys won't unfortunately get to see that, but we should get out the scale. I'll measure the tongue weight of or the pin weight of the RV today.
He said, Marquini says, we keep ours in the front. Saw another one with the crank lift to lower it off the slide.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen the ones that had been originally equipped in like motorhomes or something, and they got rid of the big Onan, and they put little like winches, boat winches and stuff in there to lower it and raise it.
We don't use our generator that much. We should have just bought a Honda or a couple of them.
Well, we sold our Honda setup, that extended gas tank and everything, because I'm stubborn, and I do not want to get on the roof and install another micro air easy start.
I don't blame you.
Well, that's the only way we can run the air.
No, I know that.
And that's the only reason we need to have a generator.
We're full hookup type people.
So what we did decided instead was we sold the whole generator setup and the cargo trays and all that stuff. We sold it all. And with that money, we spent a lot less, and we bought that pull start generator that can run air conditioners without needing micro air easy starts installed. Bad planning on Mr. Know-it-all's part. This guy right here. By not checking the height of our tonneau cover, this roll and lock reduced height, lowered tonneau cover, that we wanted to keep low profile because we were afraid that our gap between the fifth wheel and the rail, the bed rail, with a tonneau cover is going to be too tall to where when we get at a weird angle, the truck's going to hit the bottom of the fifth wheel. So we wanted everything as low as possible, which we did. And the downfall with that is the generator that we got is just too tall to go underneath the tonneau cover in the bed of the truck. Now, the good news is when we're towing, we have a cover for the generator, and we can just throw the generator in the bed of the truck and it'll be just fine. You know, it's covered for the weather and all that. There's no problem. The bad news is once we stop, I got to pick it up and get it out of the bed of the truck, or run an excessively long cord all the way to the back just to turn on our air. The generator solution is the same as it was when we had our travel trailer. And the smart move would be to buy a generator and a box and mount a nice up-close rack system that's real close to the RV that would allow us to put the generator on the back and just turn it on and fire it up whenever we stop and plug it in and power the air conditioners that have micro air easy starts in them anytime we needed it. But the only reason that doesn't work for us is we don't know with this length of RV how much trouble we're going to get into and how hard it's going to be to get into sites. So with our travel trailer only being 30 foot, I knew that extra 2 foot in the back wasn't going to be a big deal at all.
You're right in the sun.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I definitely didn't have any problems with that extra 2 foot on the back of the RV at all, because it was only a 30 foot RV. It was 29.8, I think. and we added the bumper and the rack on there. So I knew that we could get into places. That's only, a lot of RVs are 32 foot. That put our RV at 32 foot. The problem is this one's at 36, almost 37 feet. And then when you add that cargo tray folded down, which is about that far away from the back of the RV, you're now at definitely 37, 38, 39 feet. So now I'm towing something that's 39 feet down the road, which is fine until you start backing and having tail swing issues. So
Howard said that he's getting the Easy Start installed on his first one crapped out.
Really?
Yeah.
Your first, wait a minute, your first micro air Easy Start took a crap? That's pretty amazing. I never expected those things to fail.
I had an additional generator plug in the front storage area from our fifth wheel, but we already have cut and, I mean, how many?
Oh, no, I mean, I could do it. If you guys, which a lot of you maybe joined us late, our Terry travel trailer that we had, we added a generator mount to the front of the travel trailer, and it wasn't one of those that was up high. I had relocated the bottle jacks forward. I should say the bottle jacks. I relocated the propane bottles, tanks, forward, real close to the up and down jack, the tongue jack. And then we had a frame built for a Champion generator that we mounted on the front, and it was a dual fuel. Then I put a Y splitter on my propane tanks and ran one of those Ys to the generator that was sitting right on the tongue. Then I put a cord that ran from the front of the RV, secured, mounted, tucked in, all that stuff underneath the RV, all the way to the back, to right close to the fuse panel. And then I put an automatic junction box that if the power was on at the pole, it would run off of that. If I had the generator running, it would still run on the power from the pole. But as soon as the pole quit working, the park power quit working, as long as the generator was running, it would automatically switch over. Or if we didn't plug it in and we just fired up the generator, you'd hear it click underneath the bed, and I had power. Yeah, that was great. That was a great situation all the way around. We liked that. It made sense. For this one, what I have a problem with is running my generator in the bed of the truck. We're still thinking about it, but I have that bed rug. I don't know how hot the exhaust gets on this one. The Champion generator I had before, I talked about it in videos in the past. The older style 3100 amp generators, which I wish I had now, I'll tell you the truth, because it was shorter. It blew the exhaust down it blew the heat off of the engine down, the cooling heat, directly to the ground. And it would burn out our grass, big spots in our grass like this immediately. That wasn't the exhaust heat. That wasn't the engine combustion exhaust heat. That was the engine cooling exhaust heat that was causing those. So I got to see if this one does the same, because we have the bed rug in the back of the truck, and I couldn't have that other one just blowing all that heat down on the bed of the truck. It'd be nice. I mean, if I could leave the tailgate up. I could fire up the generator and you would hear it, but you wouldn't necessarily, see it, want to steal it, anything like that. I could always drop the tailgate and move the generator to the edge of the tailgate. That might tempt some people though, so now I got to worry about chaining it and cabling it up, which I have cables and locks and all that. I can do that. It's just a matter of doing that.
Do you know how long the RV in the truck is now?
I think we talked about that.
April wants to know. I don't remember what it was.
I think it was a little bit longer than the...
I thought it was a little bit shorter than the travel trailer.
No, because we added 6 feet to the trailer, or to the... Yeah, we added 6 feet to the trailer length, but we took away all the hitch length.
That's right.
So, so I think we...
Yeah,
It's not that far off of what we were before.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
So what we were before was 55 feet.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty close.
We'll do a lot more.
Once we're hooked up.
Yeah, once we're hooked up and we're down the road.
Well, when we leave here, we're going to the Catskills.
Right. So we'll be able to take our time and do the things that
We
needed
normally
to-
did,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I need to get, and there's a lot too. I mean, I'm actually, I'm very confident in my abilities,
Oh,
but I haven't towed this. I haven't towed any kind of a fifth wheel or gooseneck ever, except when I hooked up to this and pulled it down from Jacksonville. I don't think that there was much of a learning curve, but backing it in this spot was a lot more difficult than I thought, and I don't know if it was just because of how long it was, or if it's because I'm not used to being able to back a fifth wheel yet. Um, the whole idea
it
is
wasn't terrible.
with a travel trailer, the truck's axles being back here, you get tail swing on your tail of your truck, and you got a hitch hanging out the back of your truck. So if I just do a little bit on my steering wheel with the back of the truck, I can get the whole front of the trailer to shift really easy. However, with this one, I've got to make my axle actually move, the rear axle move to some extent, not just pivot, but actually move before I can get the fifth wheel to start doing the same thing. So I think it's all right. Plus, I was screwing around with and I still want to do that. We have that backup.
Well, we have
that
we
pro
have a
backup
fence
assist
here. We have a
bush that was right near the
a
end of the
bush,
power supply
uh, a mobile home with some concrete,
thing, and a tree in their
a
yard,
tree,
and a tree on the
a
corner.
mailbox.
Even pulling out of here, I'll
Yeah.
have to back the RV up, and I'll have to swing out, but not so far that.
And then you'll have to back up
Because
here.
I can't do tail swing. I'll take out the mailbox. Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
it will be fun. It's a little tight. But yeah, as far as the overall length, I don't know. I'll tell you, the other thing is having a gas truck. This is the
Robert
only
says-
major downfall of having the gas truck, and that is whenever we go in to refuel, I have to pull in at the car pumps, and I've never had issue ever before because I had two small travel trailers, that little 25-footer we had before, and now that 30-footer, the one we had just more recently, the 2604, the Rockwood. I could get those in and out of gas pumps without any issues. I don't know what this one's going to be like getting in and out of car gas pumps, because some of these convenience stores we go into and stuff, I mean, everybody's parking at the front door, and by time I get my truck lined up to the pump, I'm hanging out the pumps with the trailer, and my truck is hanging out the pump,
He'll
4
be
foot.
fine. He's just talking out loud. He'll be fine.
No, it's going to be horrible. I'm going to have
Whatever.
to drink.
He- we got
Okay,
here
you
fine with
said-
no problem.
Somebody said something. Robert
Yeah, I guess you could say that it would be a bigger challenge in some of the public campgrounds with more mature trees.
Yeah, height, that's the other thing. I can't see the top of this RV as easily as I could our other one. The other one, I had to lean down and look in my mirror quite a bit, which I have them adjusted for just that reason. Well, this one, I have to lean down so the mirror barely covers it. I barely can see it. That's kind of one of the reasons we got the side cameras to help with that a little bit, just to give us a little bit better of an idea. But by then, you're already past the obstruction. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
It will be fine.
It's going to be, the only thing is I had, I don't know how many miles and how many years of towing trailers under my belt.
Over 25,000 miles with
Just that one trailer.
right.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
very comfortable with trailers. Fifth wheels, it's a new thing. I mean, I'm sure towing it'll be fine. It's just the backing, the maneuvering, going under stuff, close to trees, overhang of trees, stuff like that.
Hello, Scott Dino.
Howdy, sir. How many people we got watching?
83.
83. All right.
We're
So-
not going to be on here much longer. He
No.
thinks we are, but I'm melting, and he's more in the sun than I.
It is beautiful down
It
there.
is beautiful. I'm not complaining.
It is so very nice. It's cloudy today. I wish it was sunny, but
It was sunny when we started.
yeah.
It's supposed to have a little rain this afternoon,
Yeah.
from 3 to 7.
We're kind of, it's raining right now.
Oh, that's funny.
It's
Well, what time is it? 2:18.
2:18.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's literally raining right now.
Watch for low bridges. Oh yeah, we got
Oh,
a
yeah.
GPS that
Tells us.
we have it all
but
set up.
13.2.
Yeah,
I think it's 13.2.
it is.
Or
It's 13.2.
13.2.
Yeah.
And if it even says anything, 13, even 5, 13.6, 13.7, I'm gonna have Heidi get out. I'm gonna take my time and go slow as long as it's not on a busy highway. But yeah, I'm pretty
I'm gonna
cautious
look
of
at the
that.
weather because I'm not gonna run like a wild woman.
Run. I don't know. I think it might be a hit miss here. I don't know if you guys can see the clouds in the background or
I
probably
don't
not.
see any.
It's one of those pop-ups.
Yeah.
Zoom in a little bit, see if there's a small popcorn that you don't see.
There's nothing.
Nah. I don't think we're gonna have any issues.
Anyway.
But the whole idea we get to travel again is making us pretty excited. And when we're leaving here right now, as it's planned, we're going to go to an Encore park that's
Yep.
in Vero Beach. And the only reason is because, we haven't talked about that, is Heidi, let's go into that.
We don't have to go into detail.
right.
That's you, not
Well,
me.
Too many details.
I go to the doctor's and I got high blood pressure. I'm just going to make it short and simple.
No, there's more than that.
You don't need to know much more than
She
that.
went to the eye doctors initially because she's going to get LASIK surgery. They said, no, you need cataract surgery. So we prepped for cataract surgery. Her very last measurement, all that stuff, preparation for the operation. They checked her and they said, hey, you have an irregular heartbeat. And they said, you need to go to the emergency room. Do you feel bad? And she's like, no, I feel fine. And they go, well, we can't operate on you. So at that point, we shopped around. Heidi found a doctor. We went in, he checked her and did her blood work. And when he checked her, he says, yes, you have
I have PVC where my heart beats extra beat.
And he said, a lot of people have that, and you may not have to be concerned with it, but I'm going to do some blood work first. He did blood work, and he told her, you have high cholesterol. Put her on a statin, I think, of some kind.
Yeah, I'm on Lipitor, which I'm not a real fan of because I'm like 5 days in and I ache all over. So
that's bad.
I'm going to go on a diet and I'm not going to take cholesterol medicine after I get it all straightened around.
So the fact that she has high cholesterol, the doctor said, yeah, you need to go see a cardiologist because you could have a heart attack any day based on the fact you have high cholesterol and you have that other condition. And we need a cardiologist to give us his professional opinion. So she had to arrange a doctor's appointment with the cardiologist. That's where we stand. She's got one coming up. Depends on what the cardiologist says, what we're going to do. If she's got to do more stuff, I'm sure he's not going to say near the end of the month, because we're leaving at the end of this month. I'm sure near the end of the month, he's not going to say, oh yeah, we need to get you in for this and that, and I can get you in tomorrow. He's not going to say that. He's going to say, we're going to have to get you scheduled. And the closest thing I have is so many weeks out. So that's why we have reservations for free at Vero Beach, the Encore Park in Vero Beach. I point like this because it's out that way. And that way she can go to her appointments. And we had already told the park guy here, the guy that owns the park, that we weren't going to stay past May. The place is ghosting out. These people over here, after 16, 17 years, whatever, they sold their place and they're not coming back, maybe other than to rent. There's other people that have sold their places here. However, it's the time of year. If you look behind us, those guys left about a few days ago. And there are people that are leaving all the time from here. They're all going back up to Canada at this point. So it's getting to become a ghost town. Not only that, but, and Heidi will attest to this, I can't believe how little the traffic's got.
Oh.
It is incredible how the traffic has gotten so much more tame.
Yeah,
here.
I don't know how.
I mean, I didn't think that many people were down here, even though we know they all come down here for the winter. But Heidi and I have walked over to the gas station. We rode our bikes and stuff and it's like, oh, the traffic's kind of light today. Is today a Sunday or something? And even for Sunday traffic, it's, during the week, it's pretty, it's pretty mild. Like right now, it's almost 2:30, and I'm telling you, the traffic, what we normally hear out here, which you can hear a little bit. I don't know if you guys can. I don't hear what we normally hear. Even at night and stuff, we used to hear all kinds of ruckus going on. Not as much anymore. It is definitely, for you guys up north, a welcomed thing, because now it's getting into camping season for you. You can go de-winterize, you can uncover your campers and fold up your tarps and whatever, and start preparing. For us, this season down here's ended, and we can start kind of moving up north, and
Yep.
I still like it. I mean, we could stay here all summer. Not at this campground, but
Well, I mean, if we were living here, it wouldn't be so bad.
right. So yeah, that's us in a nutshell about what's going on and what I wanted to talk about. And is there anything else? Because we do need to close this off.
I don't think there's any sites here for sale.
Yes.
Like, is there?
Yeah. The guy that's on the corner with the minivan
Oh,
across
yeah,
from the parks.
there's one for
and
sure.
this one up here.
Oh, yeah, two for sure.
And I think there's one other one.
But
oh,
if you-
the lady that's across from the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other one.
So maybe three.
There's maybe
But
three.
if you email Southgate, he will get you in touch with
Whoever.
all of them, or
Yeah. Yeah. Just email Southgate and let them know that you're looking.
are we planning to go north for the summer? Yeah,
No,
we'll go north
We should.
more than likely.
We should verify. I can't read what you just read.
What's that?
Is he asking about RV sites or part? Or,
Any sites for sale? Oh,
These are-
if you're looking for an
Are-
RV site, they are not for sale.
They're not for
just-
sale. They're for rent, and
yeah.
get on the list.
Yeah.
We gave
Yeah,
up our
yeah.
spot on the list. We could have this spot for our rest of our lives. He told us you could rent it every year till you die. This is your spot. He said if you want to go to another spot, we can put you on a list to move. If you choose another spot, and if that becomes available, you can go there. We chose just to jump off the list. We had this place, we had it locked in, we liked it, and as soon as we said we're going to give this up, there were people that were walking up and down the roads that were in the park here, and they were like checking it out and seeing what it looked like and everything. And I think the people behind us might have got it, but when we leave here, he said that don't make any sense though, because he
I
said when
know.
we leave here, there's somebody that's moving
Maybe
in here
these
for a
people,
year.
but maybe these people, maybe he told them they had to go somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard telling. But yeah, that's oh, you could be right. Maybe they wanted it, but they couldn't because somebody wanted it for a whole year. But you just get put on the list. And not only that, but you have to call back every so many weeks, I guess, right? Get on their mailing list if you can, because a lot of times on the mailing list for the whole park, they will send out an email that says, hey, so-and-so selling their mobile home at the site, whatever, lot, whatever. Like, for example, the fifth wheel that you can't see here that's behind us, when we were on the list for here, he told us that site was going to be available, but he wanted the owners to first try to see if they could sell it with the RV already on it. And if they could, then he was going to let the new owners of the RV take over that site. And that's what happened. They bought the fifth wheel, which it's an okay fifth wheel. I think they paid $18,000 for the fifth wheel. If I'm not mistaken, it was $18,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
I was in a park for 18 years, and when I told the office I was done, they asked me 3 times if I was sure.
yeah, yeah. Some of these parks, if once you get in them, you want to stay in them because you get grandfathered in. Your lot
Yeah.
rent stays a little lower. You're more established. I mean, it just, trust me, we thought about it hard to the
Yeah.
point where we bought a mobile home in this park.
Yeah.
We bought one.
Sold it too.
And then we sold it because we started thinking about it, and it didn't add up.
That was just going to be too much work for us.
Right.
Why we weren't here.
Well, I'll tell you I'll tell you the main reason, the absolute main reason for sure, 100%. 2 things. Number one, it's a 55 plus park. So if our son wanted to come down and stay for a month, maybe he wanted to find a job down here or something,
He couldn't stay
he
here.
couldn't stay here. He could stay for a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
number one. Number two, we know that if we were to stay stationary in this park for it to work, our travel would be a lot less. So that means that Heidi would probably, like she said, if she got to stay in one place longer, she'd have to get a job. Number three, that means for us to have our RV, we'd have to find a place to store it. So we'd have to still do that. Number four, and this is a big one for me, my channel, the RV channel would probably suffer a little bit. However, my other channel, I can pick up on that, but that requires me to work on stuff. And they don't allow repairs to be done on vehicles and equipment and stuff in this park. If you need to change your oil or something, I'm sure he would allow it real quick. Changing wipers, a battery, maybe changing a tire, maybe doing maintenance on your axles or something, you know, just greasing your bearings. That's fine. But as far as like
Full-blown repair.
cutting off the exhaust and putting headers on,
Yeah.
you know,
Start driving it out of the park, driving it back.
Right. That's something entirely different. So that's why we decided, this probably won't work. Still, we love the area. It's really, really nice.
It is.
If we had to do anything about it to improve it, we would make it we'd make it 2 blocks more north. And the only reason is because it's so much closer to that whole Miracle Mile and the causeway to get over to the beach.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit closer. Oh, that
That's
was thunder.
lightning.
That was,
I thought I saw.
check your phone, because that was,
Yeah, I don't know.
that was thunder.
We got some stuff we
Yeah.
got to put away.
It's not too bad.
Uh-oh, there's triangle. Lightning alert.
How far away?
It's less than 10 miles.
How far
I'm
is lightning?
looking. I'm just bringing it up. I can't help how fast it is.
2 miles, 3 miles,
Oh.
3.7 miles.
Yeah, we better.
All right, we're closing this out.
We got to close this
Our,
out.
our
'cause-
afternoon shower's coming through.
Yeah.
But-
So we'll catch up again.
Like I said, stay
Sometime.
tuned. The other trip, that is definitely thunder. The
gotta go.
The other trip to the beach is coming up here shortly, and Heidi's closing that out on her end. And as far as the other trip to the beach, it's for the other bicycle. Since you guys are mobile here, let me do this real quick.
I'm going to show you
Yeah, we
how
just-
pretty it is here.
Yeah, kind of show you all around. Whoop, I'm plugged in, but I'm fully charged, I think. Yeah, let's unplug that. So this is what we're concerned about. I don't know if you guys see the clouds over here.
Grab
That's
a
what's coming
cigarette
after us. So
before.
this guy over here, turn off your microphone, Hyde.
He
She's
said,
inside.
turn off the
She didn't realize she had her
microphone.
microphone on.
You don't want to hear my voice.
You know, I didn't know. I didn't know he's coming back out. So this is the guy that had been here for 16 years. Really nice guy. That place was for sale. We were going to look at it, but it was only 1 bedroom. The guy that's on the corner, they left. They were from Pennsylvania. He had a big motorhome. This guy here, he's full-time here. This guy here is full-time here. That place over there is Canadian. They're gone for the season. This place is Canadian. They're gone for the season. I think all these people are Canadian, except for that guy in that Salem trailer. He just bought that. But yeah, this is we love this park. I'll show you what it looks like behind us. Ooh, my watch says I'm moving. I'm exercising. We still have to do the pass-through. I got to put an LED light in here. I haven't done that yet. We added some vents. There's a video coming on for that. You can see the cargo carrier. We talk about this on a video coming up. So yeah, this guy left here. There was 2 people here the entire time we were here. Somebody was here for a couple months, they left, and then this guy's been here for a couple months, they left. And that guy there, those people there, they left. We gave them our screen that goes on the awning. Ooh, God, that's pretty loud. I don't know if you guys heard that. But all these places are pretty much empty. This is a Canadian, they're gone. There's the office right over there. And there's those lizards. Can you see that? There he goes. Yes, Einstein Bagels. Yeah. We went over there for, I think we had breakfast. They're very close. I mean, you probably know since you mentioned it. They're very, very close to us. But yeah, this is a really nice park. We're at lot 61. It's funny, somebody said, hey, I know where you're at. I seen your lot number. It's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't know if we got mail today or not. Looks like a bird was crapping on our mailbox. Nope. But the truck needs washed. It's all dusty. Did that video on the tonneau cover the other day. It's still doing us good. It's our neighbors. They're from Quebec. They're very nice people. She loves planning. And they used to come down every year. You see an Airstream moved in. There's a Rockwood signature that moved in there on there too with the car cover. They're relatively new here. The Airstream just came in a few days ago. The Rockwood probably about a week. But this couple used to camp or come down every year with the person that used to be in this site. Let me rephrase that. They used to be in this site every year, and the guy that was in this site every year was their friend. So she planted, like, I think that cactus. She planted a lot of plants over here. Some of them are still there, some of them aren't. She planted the rose bush that's down here. She planted the kumquat stuff. Yeah, all this. See the roses, they're kind of dying off a little bit. But anyway, she did a lot of this planting. Oh, yeah, and that plant back there that's kind of sprawled out. So whenever he could no longer come down here any longer, he could no longer come down here any longer. Well, that don't sound right. He couldn't come down here any longer. So they wanted that site. And the reason is because I don't know what size his fifth wheel is. When he left last year from this site, they took out the mailbox. You can see where it got hit. And they said that they had a really hard time getting in here with their fifth wheel. So yeah, when I backed in, he came out after I got backed in. He goes, it's tight, isn't it? I said, yeah, it's a little tight. And you can see when I drove in, I drove real close to this tree. And you can see the front of the truck, I had to kind of wiggle it in here, and I was close to that tree and close to that stuff there. And I mean, I made it. Did you turn off your microphone?
My microphone's off.
Oh, how nice. All right, so that's it. Heidi's putting away the last. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Collapse this. Here, pull this up.
There goes Mr. Know-It-All again.
Yep, because I've done it 1,000 times. Now,
There
just
you go.
start opening them all. Here. Do. And then you just clip them all. Our old, ask Heidi how old that is.
Oh my gosh.
You might want to drop anchor. It's a nice place. You want to always rent it when you don't use it. Well, we could rent it out, and we talked about that because the mobile home that we bought during the winter season sells rents for $1,700 a month, and we had it rented out already. Oh, there's a good idea about the pass-through stuff.
It's a little messy right now.
Oh, it's a lot messy right now. We've got projects and stuff just thrown in here. It's pretty bad. This is really bad. Oh, where's the covers? Should have put them in the covers, huh?
We'll do that
So
later.
anyways, you can see why the generator would be kind of tough. I mean, the generator's kind of tall. I'd have to lift it over this and up on this, and I can wiggle it in there. It's just, and then the front pass-through, But yeah, I think we did a video on the bug screens. You'll see that coming up. Got a lot of videos coming up on stuff. And then one thing I haven't talked about is the cover. I got to do a video on this cover, which is awesome. Way better than the last one, even though we liked the last one. This one is much, much, much better. Carry your new bikes when you're on the move. Yep. I just showed you the rack in the back. I think, right? Did I just show that to you? Maybe I didn't.
Enough already.
The cargo carrier? Yeah, we had a cargo carrier video that's going to be coming out, but I had the bike up on there. So yeah, this stuff is just goes in the back of the truck stuff. But yeah, I can get both bikes up here. And this is a pole that stands upright. Then I'll just strap them down and then put that cover on them. I'd rather, see, I have a bike thing or a hitch for any kind of a carrier. I should have used that. But look how far out the bumper is. I mean, the RV is to the bumper 36 feet, like 9 inches, something like that. Well, you can see this is definitely another foot, and that's got to be almost 2 feet there. So that's 3 foot. This makes this a 39-foot RV. That could be an issue. Still, we'll get it done. All right. Have you considered adding elastic shackles to the back of the truck? Nuh-uh. Nope. I don't need them because I have air ride. Yeah, our truck with this. First of all, our tongue weight. How much you guys? Just put it in the comments real quick. How heavy do you think this tongue weight is? Whenever it's unloaded, with the dry weight. How heavy do you think the tongue weight is? You guys can just guess. Tell me what you think. Mark Haney says 2,300. Robert Stitch says around 2,000. With the weight of that rig, yeah, it's not crazy. 1,680 pounds. 1,680 pounds is the tongue weight when it's empty. Kind of shocking, huh? Ooh, Joseph was close. He said 1,750. With the washer and dryer is going to add to it. No, that's what I was saying with the dryer. Oh, no, that is before the washer dryer. Yeah. So with the washer dryer, it's going to add to it. Matter of fact, we got to get out the scale. You know where that is? You know where the scale is? Which tote? It's not in the back of the RV tote. It's got to be in the pass-through tote. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, it is light. Yeah, we don't really need the airbags are made for the truck ride better when they're loaded. Listen, I'm going to tell you, whenever we're loaded up with the weight, when we were coming back, I wasn't even on the overload springs. I wasn't even on either overload spring. So, yeah, we got airbags in there, so I can just inflate those. I played around with the airbag. I didn't really notice that much difference, to tell you the truth. I ran 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds, all the way up to 65 pounds, and I didn't really notice a difference. There really wasn't much difference at all. Yeah. So, that's it, guys. Yeah, you got a heavy pin. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out what our pin weight is. That'll be in a future video, I'm sure. Again, we've got to go to the cat scales whenever we're loaded up just to see what everything is overall. Hopefully we stay under gross vehicle weight rating for the trailer. Again, we're like 12,100 is all we can weigh total, and we took a lot of that weight away whenever we got the windows, the extra solar panels, the extra air conditioner, and the washer and dryer. So yeah, we played around with the air a lot, like I said, and I didn't really notice much difference. It really, I mean, it's a 350. The payload on the truck is 4,050 pounds. So you can get an idea. It's going to take a lot before it starts squatting. Because
you would like shackles when you drive the truck unloaded. We don't need anything.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's great when it's unloaded. Yeah, I don't need to add any more tension to the suspension at all. I mean, there's no jostling or shocks or anything. Yeah,
better than the 2019.
I think so too. The 2019 was lighter. You could feel it, but it was only lighter by, I don't know.
It jumped around a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. This one's fine. Well,
Getting dirty.
yeah, it definitely needs this rain to get washed off. But as far as the suspension, we don't, mine is near 3,700. The old biker dog says his pen's weight's 3,700, yeah.
This is like 47 feet long.
Yeah. Mike, I missed the beginning. When are you heading north? I don't
We
know.
don't know yet.
We got stuff that is holding
We're
us
leaving
up.
here May 1st.
Right,
We're not going very far.
right. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I think that's it. Looks like the storm's going to miss us maybe 250. Could do, but closer. Yeah.
It's a rough route.
How you have that, it's nice how you have the space for the truck. Yeah, the only thing we wish is when they planted these trees, if they left an opening, because we just threw a rock down here so we have a place to step when we get into the truck. But yeah, that's our parking spot, as their parking spots on the other side, and so on and so on. The parking spot could be even closer if the trees weren't set up this way, but there's, these bushes. But I mean, we like the foliage. There's some privacy here, shade from this tree, believe it or not, in that bush. We have a light here that comes on every night. It's a very nice light. It lights everything up for us, great. But yeah, I like the site. We like the site. We have the same B&W companion. Curious with the long bed, how you set it up. I don't remember. Yeah, still no rain. And then if it's Florida, it's raining over there and thundering. Hyde, unlock the thing, and I don't remember what bolt I put on it, to tell you the truth. Oh, Jesus. Hey, I might need that key. There's our old ice maker. It's going to the garbage. I'm just trying to see if I can see what number we're in. I can't remember what number it is. Can you see what bolt number we're in there, Heidi? How do I unlock it and hold the camera and climb up in there all at the same time? Oh. Oh, she's funny. She brought me the keys for the thing. I have an extension for my, I did do that. Yeah, we got to get rid of this. We're going to throw this. It started leaking. We need this open
Right here.
so we can see the bolt number that we have the fifth wheel hitch in.
Oh.
See, this is why I hate, I did that on the tonneau cover story. Let's see here. So we are in the bottom holes of the, I don't know if you guys can see that all the way through there. I can't tell. It looks like that we're in the bottom hole of the bracket. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. And we have them leaning forward. I do have it leaning forward. That's okay. So the lowest position. I'm pretty sure we got it in the lowest position, didn't we? I'm almost positive. Yes, it's in the lowest position. I can see it. So these brackets are pointing forward. So you have a straight up and down, and then you have an angle. So this is angling on the back side, but it's straight up and down here. So it's the most forward that it can be. And I've got it at the lowest setting because I can see the bracket now, and it's bottoming out on the bottom of the base. So hope that helped. Looking at a gooseneck, but it's hard with a Lippert warranty on my size. Oh yeah, if I had to do it. See, one of the things is, I mean, we are, brand ambassadors for Rockwood, which we love the trailer, but the turning point hitch, I will. The deal is we need to, talk about it. Well, if I put a gooseneck on there, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. It needs locked now. Locked-a-roni. I think we did this video already, didn't we?
The tonneau cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we already release?
I don't know.
Sure, nice and clean when they're new. Yeah, our travel trailer did pretty good. It was a little dirty whenever we turned it in, but, ooh, Heidi turned the camera around. Does Rockwood make a toy? No, go ahead, Heidi. What happened here?
I had to get in to get this chair, so.
Ew. I see. I don't think they can hear you. Here, tell me if you can hear better, guys, when we do this. All right, how's the audio now? Because this is from the camera. This isn't through the microphone. Well, it does make a difference. It's not plugged in. Yeah, tell me if the audio is better there.
It should be pretty good because we've used that for videos before.
We never used it with the audio from the camera.
Oh, well, not that one.
Right.
Ooh.
Can you guys hear
Roundy,
that thunder?
roundy.
Can you guys hear us okay?
Around.
Tell me if that's off. I can't tell. Tell me if you hear the it's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, we're missing it. It's definitely down. You know who's getting it? Your mom.
Probably.
Her mom's down that way. They're in Fort Pierce. That's about where it's hitting. Both ways are fine. Okay. Yeah, that's just this phone, if you guys don't know, it's a Samsung S9 Plus. It's not like it's new. And the reason is it's one of the last ones that had a microphone input instead of the USB style, which, like our phones that we have Note 20 Ultra 5Gs or some crap like that. The only way you can get a microphone is if you have one that goes in that USB-C. Well, the problem with that is I'd have to get a special adapter because I need to hook up these phones to power whenever we do our live chats so they don't run out of battery. Like we did our last live chat. I forgot to plug it in and it went dead. So I can see a difference in both of you from the diet. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're getting there, but we slacked off a little bit. We definitely need to get back on the bandwagon. That's for sure. Any truck upgrades planned? No. We added a camera in there. The what's that thing called, Hyde? Van True? Yeah. We added a Van True. I've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I haven't done it. It's got 3 different angles. It's got the one that's pointing back into the cab here. It's kind of like an Uber cam. Then they got the dash cam that goes out the front. And then we've got a camera back there you can see in the window. So hopefully you might be able to catch some footage that might be able to use. But as far as upgrades, the only thing I'd like is for somebody, because I don't want to do it, is for somebody to tap into all the wires that are underneath the hood that goes to all these upfitter switches that we paid for. All these up here. We paid for that option. And I would like it to where they would power these accessories to where I can turn them on and off with the switches. Reason is as it stands currently, when I stop and I turn off my truck, only for a limited period of time does my dash cam stay on for my GPS, because it's got a dash cam built into it also. And that only stays on for a period of time until they lose power. Well, I want to be able to keep those powered indefinitely if I want. And I have to tie into those upfitter switches, which the wiring's out here underneath the dash, because those upfitter switches are for like snow plows and light bars and ambulance stuff. I mean, you know, power converters, all that crap. Well, all that stuff is mainly outside the truck, so that's why they wire it that way. Wish they found a way inside to do it. But yeah, no other upgrades. Northwestern Ontario, we're still getting snow. Send heat to us, please. Where'd you get the dash cover? Where did we get that dash cover?
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Oh, I'm sure Heidi will find the link. She'll throw it in our store at some point. I think that they do so the battery doesn't go dead. I know, but the thing is I have 2 batteries in this truck, and all I want to do is run a dash cam when we stop, you know, for an hour a night. Maybe if we stay at a hotel for the night, I would love just to run a dash cam and have power for it. Matter of fact, I'd also like to be able to run the phone that we are currently using. I use as a security camera. That right, but that's
No, I know, but it don't.
Yeah, it don't run the batteries down.
Yeah.
I mean, not these little strains. You'd have to have them on for a long period of time. But the thing is this phone we use as a security camera, and it lets me know if anybody, you know, loud noise, somebody walks in front of the truck, somebody, if the door opens, if the light changes, something, anything, if somebody hits it, my phone will not only record it and put it to the cloud, but it would also send me a notification. And I like doing that whenever we're stopped somewhere, although it didn't help with the somebody dinging the door with their stupid car door. But yeah, no modifications. I think the truck's pretty well done. We're just using it at this point. And we just had it in for its 30,000 mile service. We're at 27,000 miles, but we had it in for its 30,000 mile service. So we got the oil changed, all the brakes and everything checked. They're all within specs. I was supposed to rotate the tires, but I guess the tires are probably really good shape because I don't think they touched them. And yeah, that's it. Last thing I need to do is put this trail shield hitch back on, and that's about it. To protect the RV, which that's why that other hitch was underneath in the bed of the truck, because I got to use our old drop hitch from our travel trailer. How do you like your phone and GPS mounts? Yeah, well, we had to modify them to make them work, but yeah, they work good. I mean, but they're not normal phone and GPS mounts. They are definitely different than what you think. This part here is pretty standard, and it does an okay job. It likes to work its way out of the mount. If you tighten it too tight, when it gets hot, they like to squeeze themselves out. But like this upper part, I made to hold the WeBoost antenna that we have. And the same with this over here. This is a different manufacturer. This didn't come with the mount. This is so I can wirelessly charge my phone just driving down the road. It's got a wireless charger in it. So yeah, the bottoms are pretty decent, but I had to change the tops and make those work, which wasn't exactly easy. Almost looks like a motorcycle cover right there. Motorcycle cover. Oh yeah, Heidi said the same thing. She said, it looks like we have like a full dresser or something underneath there. Yeah, it's just a couple electric bikes. Okay, I think that's it, guys. We'll go in and have Heidi say goodbye. Or no, she's coming to the door. Okay, tell everybody bye.
Bye.
All right.
As always, we hope to see you out here somewhere.
Bye, guys.